controversial, and we breaking the virtues. Now that we in the game, we in every commercial. Magazine, radio, we stay interviewing. Might hit up Wendy Williams just to ask her, how you doing? I wake up every morning, my face in every blog. Freaky boys, t-shirts, every catalog. They try to bring us down, but we say fuck the press. And all these weak rappers time to take a fucking rest. I'm finna talk it.
Baby gonna get the finer things. You ain't gotta fight it, let it be. All you gotta do is stay with me. Gotta take a chance, baby, put it on the line. Can't be worried what the future may be. I can understand you ain't tryna waste your time. That's a trouble, but the mothers ain't me. I can definitely show ya, I can definitely show ya. Baby girl, there's nothing that I won't do for ya. Take it to my place, come on, let me hold ya. We can take our time, let me get to know ya. Can I get to know ya? Girl, you know I'm with it if you with it. You can tell your friend of mine a business. Everybody wanna be Dr. Phil, you keep your 2 cents, cause I'm all about dollar bills. Basically, there's money on my mental. But really, I've been feeling your potential. Sharp like a number 2 pencil. We don't need a title if you wanna keep it simple. I need you in my life like the sunshine. Touch you places that don't ever see the sunshine. Every hook, baby, all I need is one time. I go deep, lady, that is not a punchline. You can go and take a minute if you need it, cause I found me a pot of gold. She probably think I'm shady, but I'll never go vominos. But if you coming over, then I'm close, baby, gotta go. She said she down for it, now she all in my vulnerables. Oh, take a chance, when we put it on down, can't be worried what the future may be. She ready? I can understand, you ain't tryna waste your time. This is trouble, but the mothers ain't me. I can definitely show ya, I can definitely show ya. Baby girl, there's nothing that I won't do for ya. Take it to the face, come on, let me know ya. We can take our time, let me get to know ya. Can I get to know ya?
Alright. We in there. I need to put my phone on charger.
And who would that happen to be by?
Pierre.
The song.
Oh, my bad. I was thinking about the charger. That's Get to Know You by Mark Hayes. Check that out on all streaming platforms. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all of the above. Yeah.
That's great, that's great. Welcome back to episode 2 of season 2 of Opinionated. I'm Louis Jones.
I'm Mark Hayes.
I'm Michael LeBlanc.
Thank you guys for tuning
What is my
in
name?
each and every week. You said what?
What's my name?
What is it?
Say his name, say his name.
No one is around you. Okay, we're not gonna get into all that. So let's have a little guy talk really quick. What happened this weekend. Start with you.
Me?
Yeah.
I thought this season we starting off with Mike.
Starting off with whoever.
Well, this weekend was pretty cool, just worked on some new music as like same old, just doing this LA grind, and I love it, LA grind.
Me, this was my week to go to school, which was like very long and boring, but I enjoy it. I kind of regret not calling people for Father's Day, but I was just like not in the mood to be bothered with people.
Oh yeah, it was Father's Day.
Yeah, it was Father's Day. I wish, the men of my life, I always tell people like, I was raised by a lot of men, and that still ain't help. I always say Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, go to work. Everybody could have got together and been my father, and it still wasn't no helping me. But happy Father to my father, stepfather, my brother, my older brother, and my brother-in-law who actually took care of me. But what happened with you this weekend? You had a great show. You had a
great show.
I had a show.
You had a show. What happened? What happened?
Open up, man. Let us.
Tell us more.
We're not opening up today.
We
I had a show yesterday, and then the weekend was cool, and now I'm here. So it's Tuesday.
How did you celebrate Father's Day?
I called my dad.
Called my son.
I'm finna say you a father.
I called my gay father.
Man, I feel bad for not calling my dad.
My son called me and told me Happy Father's Day. I was really,
I just didn't feel like it.
I didn't feel like it either. But moving right along.
It's crazy that y'all do that for Father's Day, but Mother's Day we have that energy to feel like it.
I mean, but my father was like kind of there,
Who you
but
talking to?
I'm just saying.
Look who you talking to. Look up.
I literally reconnected.
I don't have to look.
Like 2 years
because
ago.
you know.
I'm pretty sure you call Esther.
Esther got called days before on Mother's Day.
Exactly. So keep that same
She
energy.
didn't get our Mother's Day gift until June. Might as well be Father's Day. But anyway, we're going to start the show. We're going to start off with our first question. Okay. No asylum for abuse victims. Jeff Sessions is making an aggressive new move to crack down on illegal immigrants, announcing that the Trump administration will no longer accept asylum claims based on fear of domestic violence, gang violence, or other personal crime. For this reason, the Trump administration has a zero-tolerance policy, immigration policy, and the forced separation of immigrant parents from their children. Do you feel that children should be separated from their families at the board? I'm going to start off with Mark.
Nah, man, I feel like it's very, irresponsible move. The Pierre might think otherwise. But with that, I just feel like if you're going to deport them, you can't just deport the parents and leave the kids here in these concentration camps or whatever. I'm being dramatic, but,
Concentration camps with video games and everything.
You know what I'm saying? They're just all locked up and whatnot, and with that, it's just inhumane. It's not an American thing to do. I mean, we'll shoot black people, but we won't just separate it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that, but in all reality, they shouldn't have separated them. They should have deported all of them at one time versus separating them. That's my biggest issue.
Who's yawning? Is it Mike? Who just yawned? Lisa Haynes said, "Stop yawning, nephew." Who auntie this?
Oh, that's me.
Well, you yawning.
Mike, what's your take on that?
Real quick, y'all believe in reincarnation? Random, but I'm going somewhere with it. I'm going somewhere with it. Do y'all believe in reincarnation or not?
Not really.
No, I think Pierre might have been a slave owner in a...
What?
Feel like send them back to where they came
No,
from.
I just...
You real alt-right.
Damn,
I kind of do. He real alt-right, ain't he?
Y'all think I was...
No, I don't agree. I don't agree with it.
like
My
a
great
Republican.
grandfather was a slave owner.
See?
But that has nothing to do. I am huge on laws. I believe that the United States is one of the only countries that aren't like big on our own laws. Like, it is against the law to come over here illegally, and we got everybody saying
It's not the law to do a lot of shit.
No, but
you are seeking
here's
asylum.
the thing.
Unless
Here's the
you are
thing.
seeking
But they just made a
asylum.
law saying what?
They did not make a law stating
They said you can no longer
They
seek-
put a restriction in place. It's not a law.
That's a law.
That's not a law.
If we
That's
sent
on a record book.
if we sent
That's on a
everybody
record
and
book.
told them that
This is
it's
a
a
law.
restriction for
It's
domestic,
not a law.
you cannot come over here because your boyfriend is at home beating you up.
Baby,
You cannot do that
But
nowhere.
why are they separating the kids? And the
Because
adults?
here's the thing. This is what I'm trying to say.
And white people are adopting the kids.
Because Mark, if you and your child, if you take your baby right now and go to the bank and you decide to rob the bank and you go to jail, they have to take the child somewhere else. You just committed
It's
a
a
crime.
misdemeanor.
You just committed a crime. What do you?
Coming to America
What
is
do
illegal.
you want people to do if you just committed a crime? Oh, you got your baby with you, so just go on back home and rob the bank tomorrow by yourself, so we can take you to jail.
Coming to
You
America.
just committed a
Coming
crime.
to America illegally is a misdemeanor.
It's a crime.
It's a misdemeanor.
It's a
But
crime.
we're not,
If you
we're not
continue-
putting them
wait a
in
minute.
jail. We're sending them back
If
home.
you continue to do it,
No,
it
they're
becomes-
locking the adults up. And they're taking them through ICE. They're doing a whole bunch of stuff to the adults. So while the adults are doing all this processing, the kids have to go somewhere. People just making it seem like they just saying, "Oh, parent over here, child over here." No, niggas is illegal. They're criminals. So we have to do something. We can't just say, "Take your child, go home, criminal." No.
Now, that is a Republican standpoint. That's how all Republicans feel. I'm going to let you go.
You know, like, I feel like once they're done with like the illegal immigrants and like that community, they're gonna come for your community soon.
They will.
They're gonna come
Here's
for your
my
community.
thing.
No doubt.
They-
No doubt.
They're not gonna go. What
black
for?
and
What?
the gay.
For
They
what?
come-
For what?
Let
For
me
what?
say
They gonna come for them before they come for us.
Let me say this. No, we all in this.
Because,
Be black
yes,
before-
because I'm
before
black.
Any sexuality, be black or
Right.
anything. So
Right.
If being gay was against the law, I'll be straight tomorrow. Understand that. Understand that. If they release a law tomorrow that say you get 50 years to life for sleeping with other men, I'm gonna have a girlfriend by the morning. I guarantee you. Cause I ain't going to jail for I'm not going to jail for nothing.
hold your thought.
And if I want to be
Hold your
gay,
thought.
I'm gonna
your
travel
thought.
somewhere
Go ahead.
legally where I can legally be gay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna break into London and cross their
Okay.
border.
You not
just
a rebel, bro? You gotta rebel a little bit.
Let me answer the question.
Real.
Let me answer the question
I got a
now.
lot of
I have the
backbone,
floor.
guys.
I have the floor. The question is, do you feel that children should be separated from their families at the border? No, they should not. The thing about it is that it's two different ways to look at it. You stated the Republican way. That's how all Republicans are looking at it. I'm going to state the actual way that was put into place. This law that illegal immigrants will be charged with a misdemeanor. It was put into place with the Bush administration, with the Clinton administration, and with the Obama administration. The thing about it is what happening now was different back then is that Trump is now saying that, and Trump and Jeff Sessions is saying that it is a zero tolerance policy for anybody to come up over here. Now, America has been
illegally.
Anybody to come over here illegally. Right.
So I want us to keep that word in mind.
But people who are seeking, is a difference to come over here. It's a difference to come over here just to come up over here.
Yeah.
And it's a difference to come over here because you're trying to seek asylum, because you are running from what's happening back in your native country.
But Louis, don't you know anybody can say,
but that's been in place long
I'm
before.
seeking asylum.
But that's how it always been, and that's been in place long before you got here. And the thing about seeking asylum is that you have to prove that you have been, you have to prove.
So that is still in place. He just said domestic violence isn't one of them.
You cannot come over here at all.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot.
That's not true, Louis.
Okay.
See, that's fake news. That's fake news.
Not fake news. Google it. I read up on it today.
Louis.
I read up on it today.
On the fake news site, you can't come over here.
You can't come up over here. They taking everybody at the border. They take. Is they not taking everybody at the border?
If you're crossing illegally.
Okay, that's understandable. But it's people who running from their native country.
Yes, because that's illegally.
But
if you're seeking asylum, Louis.
Seeking asylum, you can come over here.
Don't you know?
That way. You can run over
no,
here and do that.
That's not how. That's not how it works.
That is how
that
it
is
works.
not how it works. You cannot just get up in the middle of the night and run to the border.
When you get here,
that's
you
not
have
true.
to go through a process.
And that's what they. Okay.
And I know a person who.
Anytime he loses, he try to bring. He thinks. No, I swear to God. Anytime I lose, I have a friend that's a prosecutor.
You know my friend Shy Gaines. You know my friend Shy Gaines. You can have a conversation. We can bring this back up later. But my friend.
You cannot just get up in the middle of the night and run to the border and say that you are seeking. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's paperwork. You got to prove this, prove that.
When you get in America, you have a certain time frame to do that.
So if you get in, so how you get in America before approval?
So why are kids
illegally?
Is the question.
Because people coming over here illegally. They're trying to cross the border illegally with their children.
So you think that's just like exactly kind of like we Guantanamo Bay in this bitch?
So you think just because they come over here illegally, they deserve to be put in cages? That's what you say.
That's not. It's not cages.
It is a cage.
I'm just saying, but you're saying it's cages. But if you come over here illegally,
you believe these kids deserve to be treated?
Not the children. They're not being treated. First of all, y'all missing the point. The fault lies on the adult that brought a child over here illegally.
I just feel like
possibly.
I do feel bad for the children. But what do you want the United States? Okay, so what do you want the United States of America to do to a child that's with a criminal that gets caught? What do you want us to do?
When you speak about when you say a criminal, yes, they breaking a law, which is only a misdemeanor. That's only a misdemeanor, and that's the problem with America. They want to bring everybody a criminal.
Because my thing is, we so lenient on laws, and other people are not.
I want you to have that same energy when they come for the LGBT community.
They're not, because what are we doing illegally? What are we doing illegally?
Hold on.
Nothing.
Hold on. You think Pence ain't pushing his agenda?
But even his agenda, whatever agenda you want.
Right, but I'm just telling you.
When it comes to illegal stuff,
the LGBT community at all.
No, not at all. Because it's a difference between
the black community before they come for the LGBT.
And this is what I want people to.
The LGBT community is across all race and ethnicities.
Right, I think they're gonna come for y'all first, then black people after.
They already came for black people.
They've been coming for us forever.
Right, they won't keep coming for y'all.
But
they're not coming for nothing.
I just want you to keep that energy.
But I'm saying, what can you possibly think of that they can say is illegal for gay people?
My nigga, the United States of America government can do what the fuck it wants.
I'm just saying, what can they possibly do overnight? Overnight. You know how many gay people in office that's sucking dick behind closed doors? Right. It ain't gonna happen.
Right. Look, man, what I'm saying is like there's just a better way it could have been handled.
How? I want y'all to give solutions.
I would say, man,
turn them around. Just turn them back around.
We literally have.
That's against the.
No, that's against the law. That's against the law. I'm gonna let you speak.
No, I'm saying it's that's. You are literally saying
this is not a new.
You can say don't not something.
Y'all are literally. This is literally what y'all saying. America is a place where you can break the law and get away with it.
No, America's a place where
Under
you break the law and
under
go to
certain
prison.
under
They
certain
go to
certain
prison.
certain circumstances,
There are
you can break
there are
here's the
building
thing.
Come to America.
institutions
I
for criminals.
just
Ain't
want y'all
nobody
to
in
think.
America,
I just
not
want
even
y'all to
people in
think.
America
Don't
not even originally from here. We
I just
all
want y'all
immigrants
to- when-
who
I'm
are-
not an illegal
hey,
immigrant, sweetheart.
illegally or
I'm not an illegal
whether
immigrant.
we was
And guess
illegally
what?
out here,
If
or
my-
whether we came here and got proper
I'm not a
paperwork,
legal
ain't
immigrant.
nobody native.
I'm an
Ain't nobody
American.
native from
And guess
America.
what? If your black
And that's
ass,
what-
if your black
and that's
ass wanted
what-
to be a
and that's
citizen,
what America
here's
is
the
doing.
thing. Here's the thing.
And that's what
If your
America
black
is
ass wanted to be a citizen of any other
I
country
wanna go
besides
there.
the United States of
I wanna go
America,
there.
and you go over there
I wanna go
illegally,
there. I ain't gotta
your
worry about
ass
it, 'cause I
will
wanna go there.
be under the
I
jail.
don't want to go there.
Cross.
That's the thing.
Cross into another border.
I'm
Cross
not-
into Canada illegally.
This my home.
Cross into Canada.
This my home. I ain't
That's our
crossing nowhere.
neighbor. Go to Canada.
I ain't
Matter of
crossing
fact,
nowhere.
here's
I
the
ain't crossing
gag.
nowhere.
Go.
I ain't crossing nowhere.
Listen,
I ain't crossing
listen.
nowhere.
Check this out. Go to Mexico
I'm not crossing
illegally.
nowhere. That's fine.
Go to Mexico
I'm not
illegally.
going-
The same people that's fighting to get over here
not going
illegally.
because I ain't
Let
never
you
been.
go to
Hey,
Mexico
y'all,
illegally.
all right, so we gonna cross. Let's agree
American
to
rules and
disagree.
regulations have been
Let's
set in
agree
place
to
before he
disagree.
was born.
Legal immigration only, exactly. And you know how many people are here legally? That is not fair to
American
people
rules and regulations
that
have been
do their
set in place.
paperwork.
Okay.
I just don't give a fuck about laws and shit.
Moving right along to the next topic. Moving right along to the next topic. Moving right. Listen. Moving right on to the next topic.
Listen.
Should schools still have valedictorians and salutatorians? It's a man after his son's school denied him the valedictorian spot, and they took away the title. This one dad brought a billboard congratulating his son on what would have been his valedictorian honor. What do you think about that? I'm gonna start with Mike.
Is it what did they get rid of the valedictorian distinction because they don't want like that competition thing and kids
Yeah.
feel like that's that fuck shit.
Yeah.
If you that's one thing, like if you become valedictorian, you earn that motherfucking shit.
Okay.
And you deserve to be on top of everybody else. 'Cause you better than everybody else. You put more hours in. You studied more. Like that's one thing. Can't nobody really take that shit from you. So to make it seem as though there's no difference between the valedictorian and the motherfucker that got a 2.0, like
Because when everybody feels equal, first and foremost,
Giving participation trophies is high school
Ain't
diplomas.
See, equality only extends so far. Equality is like, listen, I was born this way. We're equal. For the shit that you work harder for, you deserve to have more. You deserve to be
Like-
distinguished. You deserve all that shit.
Like laws.
Exactly.
Nah, fuck
What?
all.
My thing,
He said you-
but focus. My thing on the whole topic is that I've come from a place where I was valedictorian in 8th grade. I was valedictorian in 8th grade.
Nigga, what haven't you done?
You know,
I need to know.
You know,
Somebody
that's-
was
waiting to
yeah,
answer this.
yeah,
I
know.
came from
No,
Venezuela.
because it's important. Because, but in high school,
That nigga Louis be like, I was an astronaut.
Well,
Like,
I
in
did,
high school,
right.
I have
everybody-
17 degrees.
You know what I'm saying?
No way.
This nigga here.
But no, I was 8th grade valedictorian. I had all A's. I had a 4.0 in
Ain't no
middle
such thing as
school.
8th grade valedictorian.
Yes,
bro.
it is.
Fuck no.
You just was in
And
8th
it's
grade.
here.
That was at your school.
Here.
That was just
Yes
your
or no?
school.
Hold on.
You graduated
Yes
8th
or
grade
no?
and went to high school.
I had eighth
Thank
grade
you, thank you.
So
valedictorian.
that's some Chicago shit?
It's
Yeah.
in a lot of places.
Y'all
8th
make
grade
me
valedictorian.
I mean, they all on drugs. It don't matter.
It's-
I make more than anybody that was first in class.
But anyway, in high school I graduated number 3. I was really gunning for that valedictorian spot. The thing about it is that in every competition, and it's, even though school is not a competition, but it has to be some type of distinction between a person who, like you said, got a 2.0 versus a person who got a 4.3 like me. The thing about it is that
This nigga.
no, for real, because what I'm saying is
Just the
that
fact
I
that you
put.
added yourself in there.
I mean, okay,
Like me.
I'm a
See, he didn't
narcissist.
go
I'm a
to
narcissist.
me. He didn't go to
What do you
me.
expect?
He
I'm a
was ready.
narcissist. I'm a narcissist. We mix them up. Come on. I'm a narcissist. Whatever. Anyway, but what I'm saying is that
This shit, man.
I know for a fact that my struggle was totally different from a lot of other people's struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like when I went to school, I worked a job. I got straight A's. I took honors and AP classes, and I just feel like, even with my peers, I feel like we all done that, and I feel like it needs to be some type of distinction between somebody who just barely passed by. Think about any race or the Olympics, whatever. They give everybody a participation honor or a ribbon or whatever, but you still have that first, second, and third, and that person that's in first is always at the top because they earned it. But I'm gonna let you go.
I don't even want to talk no more.
Say it.
No, I'm
Come on.
playing. I just feel like it helped as far as for colleges. You know, if you got valedictorian,
I mean, either way, you still got the same GPA.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you got, I mean, it just shows, especially in
you
that
deserve
area.
to be celebrated if you the best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You earned the top position. You know, I don't understand why we take it away. I just feel like America, we're just raising a generation of pussies.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It's like everybody, like, oh, we want everybody to feel equal.
Yeah.
And everybody,
Like,
Let the immigrants in illegally.
this guy. This guy.
Asylum, yes. Because we had some people who
We going back.
Go ahead. No.
Digressing.
Keep going.
But yeah, and I just think it really helps with colleges and all that. You know, it also just shows, you know, I'm just agreeing with you guys basically at this point. Yeah.
I think.
I mean, shit. At my high school graduation, I sat right in my little seat because I was like 200 something in my class, and then I looked at the valedictorian and I said, "Hey,
It was
good for you,
198 of us, and I was 197, and my
God
best friend was.
damn.
It was 1,900 of us.
you
I
were
was number
second to
8.
last." I was 200 something, but it was like 400 of us. So I was like 50%.
But I went from freshman year being number 3 to senior
Because
year
you-
being the.
Because you started talking.
I started fighting.
And I was the opposite
Nasty.
way. I had a bad start off. And I built
They were
myself
so
up.
mad because Pierre, you are so smart. You're wasting it. I was suspended
I
every
like
day.
having fun. I like having doing hood rat shit with my friends. You know what I'm saying? That's Pierre.
Interesting. I started opposite. I started at the bottom of my class because I felt that it was too easy. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna
What?
No, that's how I.
No,
that's how I. And that's how I went to college.
Number 8.
Because I had went
I
to
was
a
like,
middle school. Like in Chicago, you have a kindergarten through 8th grade school. I went to a middle school, so I already had high school credits going into high school. So I was like, oh, I took these classes already. It was too easy for me. But I'm like, okay, I got all C's. And I'm like, okay, from that point, I had to. And then it was so crazy because like me and my nieces were in the same grade, and she was a straight A student too. So it was like always that competition. Like, oh, she did. So I'm like, okay, put the you know.
I was at my graduation. I listened to my valedictorian speech, and I was like, "Hey, good for him."
I wonder what he's doing right
I
now.
played football.
All
and got
man's on
vagina.
drugs and look at kids.
I had a speech at graduation.
I played football and got vagina in high school, so it just
Me too.
I
That's
wasn't
crazy.
gonna be
Me
valedictorian.
too.
But our valedictorian did.
You still could have
I'm still
been
number
valedictorian because you know
I was in the top
captain of the swim
10%.
team. I was on water polo.
Your boy was a
I was a
genius.
swim team. I was
I
on
ain't
This
gonna
polo.
nigga here, dog.
I am the smartest
No,
person
yeah.
ever.
I was
I'm a
vice president of
neuroscientist.
National Honor Society. I was.
Oh, I got kicked out of
I was the
National Honor
smartest.
Society.
I was the cutest. I was the most adorable.
I was Barack
I
Obama.
I was
I was
most
like-
involved in high school.
I won a prom king.
I had the
You know
best
what I'm
looking
saying?
abs.
I won prom
I had
king.
the
I
finest
won prom
king
king and
and prom
homecoming king.
Yeah, I won king and
I won
queen,
most-
but
I was
you know,
I
voted-
was the most fly.
I was voted most popular in the yearbook.
I fucked all the bitches even though I didn't like any of them.
You know what I'm saying? I did it all.
So we're in agreement that they should keep it.
Yeah, for sure.
They should definitely keep it.
Yeah,
Okay.
man, all these
Okay.
vaginas.
And we're in agreement that you've done everything ever, nigga.
I mean, I didn't do everything. I've just done a lot. You know,
I freed the slaves.
I've just done a lot.
Everything but a push up.
But before,
Work's been fired
Damn.
wait a minute.
Work's been
Yeah.
fired this season.
Wait a minute.
God.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
No.
Oh.
Let me get you together right now.
Oh, no,
First and foremost,
No,
my
don't
weight
roast
loss-
me. Don't
my
roast
weight loss started
Oh,
in high school.
no.
Get
No,
out.
you looking good, bro.
I
I'm
just
fucking with
said.
you.
I
Yeah.
know. My weight loss started in high school.
I'm
That's
just
what
saying,
was
yeah, I was
doing.
all the way up here. I just had to
I
shoot you
was
down, right?
Get
now.
low.
on the swim team and the water polo team.
I heard him say your mom.
I understand.
I heard him say
I
your
can swim.
I probably can run faster than you.
Oh,
Don't ever
wait.
be fooled. Don't ever
Hold
be
on.
fooled.
Stop that.
But
Don't
don't
ever
be
fast
fooled.
to me.
Don't
I'm
ever be fooled.
talking to a low
I'm an athlete. I play football. I play basketball.
You can't run
I
faster
play
than me.
swimming. I play
You
water
can't run.
polo. I am an athlete. Don't ever get
We're
it
gonna
confused.
do a race.
Don't ever
Put
get
on
it
opinionated.
confused.
Wow.
Don't ever get it confused. I am an athlete on whatever
said
size
you
I
did
am.
everything
I
but a
was with
push
you
up.
until you said you ran faster.
Yeah, when you said red fast, I was like, nah.
Nigga,
son.
I will beat you backwards.
Oh.
No,
I bet you
have
every
opinionated
dollar I
race.
Y'all may say
have.
basketball better than me.
I don't care about basketball.
Y'all
I'm
may
talking
swim
about
better
the
than me.
race. I will bet
But I didn't
every
challenge you
dollar
to a
I
foot
have.
race. But I'll challenge you to swimming.
I'll bet every dollar
Let's swim if I can drown y'all. If I can hold y'all underwater.
I immediately sink.
If I can hold y'all underwater.
Welcome to the show.
I can go there. Don't ever try to underestimate me because you feel like I'm a little heavier than y'all. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. I'm solid for a reason. I've been picking niggas up and slamming niggas on their back.
Tell this nigga what you've accomplished.
I am an athlete.
I went to the moon,
14 degrees.
I've been in Chicago.
I
wrote more in a newspaper. I've been in a newspaper. For my talent.
I wrote Martin Luther King's I Had a Dream speech.
Let's get that. I read it in kindergarten. Let's be very clear. I read it in kindergarten. When you go to my mama's house, she has a whole wall of awards for her kids and trophies that we got.
And they all for you.
And they all
all my mama kids are athletes. All my mama kids are athletes. All my mama kids are athletes.
Big facts.
Big facts.
Don't ever.
Oh man, bro.
I will drown y'all.
I believe. Look at you, swole and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No. Let me be fat. Let me not do a push-up.
I didn't call you fat, bro.
Let me not do a push-up.
You do anything but a push-up. Right. Mad fun.
Talking about you want to diss obesity and people who heavy.
You're not obese.
No, you're not obese.
No, say to the audience. This is what you do. You're gonna fat shame on Opinionated. What we doing?
It was not a fat shame.
It was a fat
Can we
shame
talk
on
about fat
Opinionated.
shaming?
It was a fat shame on the
Can we
Opinionated.
talk about fat shaming?
My legs and arms still hurt from me working out with my trainer from doing push-ups.
Hey, listen,
Wow.
man.
And squats and everything.
Listen,
Wow.
life is about progress.
Don't fat shame anybody. That's
not
not right.
Can we talk about
I'm
fat
sorry.
It's people
If anybody
struggling with
felt
their
fat
weight.
shamed,
It's
this
people
nigga-
struggling to lose weight, and you gonna come here and fat shame somebody. You don't do that because you've always been physically fit.
He butthurt. Can we talk about fat shaming?
No, we can talk about fat shaming.
Can we?
It's not
Can that be the next
acceptable. It's not
topic?
Let's talk
right.
about fat
Can
shaming.
it be the next
I'm not
topic?
shaming
We
any
can
fat
talk about it
people.
in. But this is what I'm
It was a
saying.
joke
If
from
you all
Lewis.
have any
Lewis
questions,
is really full of himself, guys.
if you all have any questions that you want to ask us today, you will be able to call in. You will be able to call in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get on my phone. I'm going to put the number in the comment section. And you'll be able to call the number. We're going to let you know when to call the number. If you call the number before, you're going to get hung up on. But if you think of any questions, comments, concerns, anything you have to say, you can talk to us the last 30, 20 minutes of the show. So I'm going to do that right now. But I'm going to read the next question, and the next
Can we
question
talk about
is...
fat shaming?
we can talk about it at the end.
Let's talk about it now.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Go
Listen,
ahead.
I think fat shaming, if done tastefully, is a good thing.
It's
Wow.
not a good thing.
It is because
It's
being
inspiration.
fat,
It's
not a
being
good
fat,
thing.
if it's done tastefully. Now, if you're just being
not
an
a good
asshole
thing.
and you're being mean, like that's fucked up.
It's not a good
But
thing.
you
It's
need
not a
like
good
being
thing.
fat is not a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
Like being fat leads to fucking
Obesity,
heart problems,
obesity, cardiac.
early death. So if you have a friend and that
So
friend
does
is
drinking
fat,
and so does
Let
smoking
remind
and-
them that
so
he's
does
fat.
drinking and
Everybody
smoking and everything
see
else
that.
that
know
swallowed up.
you can need to lose
Like, bro, you were
motherfucking
fat.
weight.
Just
And this
walk
is coming
to
from
it.
somebody. I'm 195. I was 260 a couple years ago.
And you fat shaming people.
Teach me.
And you fat shaming people.
because when I was fat, I wish somebody would have fat shamed me, so I would have lost weight faster.
There you go.
That may not work all the time.
Sometimes you need to motivate motherfuckers, and sometimes the best way to motivate people is saying, "Yo, get your fat ass up and go to the gym."
But that's not gonna lead nothing to more problems
Yep,
because
it's
low
lower self-esteem. And lower
because
self-esteem. And
it's
eating
so much
disorder is a
other
mental
shit.
illness.
It's so much other shit wrong with people than them being weighing more than someone who we feel is average.
Right, for
It's
sure.
motherfuckers out here smoking.
I'm talking
it's
about if these
motherfuckers
are
out
your
here
friends.
doing coke.
I'm talking
it's
about if these are your
motherfuckers.
friends.
I'm just
People
saying.
think because you're
If we gonna hold
skinny,
our friends
that you're more
accountable
healthier.
for being
I can guarantee my body
overweight,
was better than
we
a
need
lot
to
of
hold
people.
our friend accountable for beating the shit out they fucking girlfriends
Yeah.
every fucking day.
I will
Hold
say
them
I'm
accountable.
accountable
Friends
woman beater.
beating the shit out their girlfriend.
I'll say
But
this
I
is
would
my
definitely
thing.
call them
This
out
my thing.
if they did.
This my thing. Just as well as you all was kind of shocked when you all was shocked when you learned that it's people with HIV that's more healthy than you two.
That's still a lie.
That's not a lie.
It's a fucking
That
lie.
is not a
That's not exactly a
lie.
lie.
If you
That
have
is the truth.
HIV, you are
That
not
is
healthier
the
than
truth.
me.
That is the absolute truth.
You're not healthier than me. if you
Yeah,
have
yes or
HIV.
no?
You can live.
Yes or no?
If
I don't give a
you
fuck about none of y'all.
Yes or no for the audience? Yes or no
If
for
you
the
have
audience?
HIV, you are not healthier than me.
Well, maybe you need to
That
Google
rhymes.
that.
Unless your name
you
is
need to Google
like
that.
Magic
If you're not
Johnson.
willing to
That's
understand,
Magic
if
Johnson.
you're not willing to
Has HIV,
understand,
guys.
then that's your own ignorance. But you have to Google that. The internet is free. But it's people. But it's
Internet is
skinny
not
people.
free. Google is free.
Net neutrality.
But internet costs.
You gotta
I
get
pay
on the
$130
internet to get on
You
Google.
pay $130 a month for internet.
You gotta get on it.
Internet
Must have to
and
get on
fast
Google.
internet, huh?
Wait a minute. Listen.
Internet
Hold
and
on.
cable.
Nigga, my
Hold on.
internet is like $40 a month.
Well,
second.
I think
Hold on.
internet and cable together.
Listen.
This nigga got
This is since we on the topic.
They got cable.
successful ass nigga.
Since we on the top, I need y'all to bring it in. Bring it in. Time. Buzzer. The thing about it, what I want to say is that it's people that thinks that because I'm slimmer.
This nigga told us to reel it in and they kept going.
Because I'm on the topic.
He's
upset.
I told y'all.
Listen, y'all always know when Louis mad because he starts sweating a little bit.
Talking about cable and internet has nothing to do with the topic that you wanted to talk about.
You the one saying internet was free.
And I want to make my statement. Can I make my statement about fat shaming?
Yes, sir.
Since you wanted to introduce the question.
Talk about fat
Since we on the topic fat shaming that Michael Devon LeBlanc introduced.
We finna talk about HIV.
Because it was
You did bring it up. He brought it up.
Because it was a reference.
Because we on the topic of fat shaming.
What I want to say.
You have to take medicine.
What I want to say. But we're not talking about internet.
If you got to take medicine,
Because you brought up internet. You
and you brought up HIV. You brought up everything and then get mad when we go off on it.
Now, what I want to say now that I have the floor is that
I love y'all, motherfuckers.
What I want to say now that I have the floor is that there are people who are.
I love y'all motherfuckers. I swear.
Oh man,
Y'all.
it's real tears.
Jesus
Real
Christ.
tears.
Thank
Do
you.
I have the floor? Because now I'm starting to feel manic. I'm starting to feel manic, and we can talk about manic in a minute.
I'm manic in a bit.
Because I'll let you know you ain't manic.
I need to go get
no,
some.
you ain't manic.
No, I'm bipolar.
No, but you're not manic.
Okay, cool.
Manic is what you're gonna see if I don't get to say my statement.
It sounds like mad. It sounds like mad.
I don't know.
It's all of the above. But I'm gonna give you all a visual in about 0.2 seconds. What I want to say is that there are people
How mad
who
can we
are
make Louis?
slimmer.
How mad can we make
Oh
Louis?
man!
How mad
Can we make Louis?
Until I knock
Hey,
all
okay.
these cameras over, knock all the lights over. They don't understand.
He's
They
so
don't
riled up right
understand.
now.
From Chicago, he'll come back.
They don't
He's so
understand.
Sorry,
riled up right now.
It won't be no cameras up. It won't be no lights, no cameras, no nothing. I would just knock it all over.
Wow.
I'm infamous.
All right.
I will knock it all over.
All right, guys. Give
What I want to say now that I have the floor,
Focus on his
and I'm
AIDS.
not being interrupted, is that I'm being interrupted still, because I'm gonna cut your mic.
What? Where?
I'm gonna cut your mic. Cut his mic. Yeah, cut his mic.
I'm looking.
Cut his mic. Cut his mic.
I'm looking.
Anyway, what I want to say really quickly is that there are a lot of people, and this is real. It's a lot of people that really feels because I'm slimmer that I'm much more healthier. The thing about it is that no, it's not always true. There are people who may be a little bit on the plus size that may have better vitals than you, that may live longer than you. So it's not good to fat shame people. You understand? So
That's
just
not what I'm saying. I'm
that's
saying
what you said.
you should motivate people to live
No,
a
you
healthier
don't
lifestyle.
you don't motivate people in a negative way.
I don't know. I was an athlete, so like that's just what we did.
But let me not put that with you.
That's what we did. Like, yo, you slow as fuck. Get faster. Slow
That is
motherfucker.
true.
That's what
It
we would
was
do.
very hurtful. but
From
we
a
got better.
psychological standpoint, coming from a professional psychologist, that does not work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
It doesn't. That's why I'm not.
Neither does
Yes.
coddling motherfuckers though, and be like, it's okay if you're.
It's
fat.
gotta be a good
No,
balance.
that's not it.
It's
That's
gotta
not
be a
it.
good
You don't do
balance.
neither one. You don't do neither one. You show a person how it's done, and you meet a person on a certain way. The thing I'm like, you know what is? I had a trainer, and he from Atlanta. And what happened was that I feel like I got so much going on in my life that I feel like I don't have time for the gym. I worked out with this trainer, and this trainer said something that was really interesting to me. I worked out with a lot of trainers before him, but I did not like working out with them because I didn't feel comfortable, even with friends. This trainer had told me like, you a therapist, but I was telling him like I'm a therapist and I go to therapy, and he told me I'm a trainer, but I have a trainer. And what that made me realize is it's like, you know what? Even though I felt like I'm in this professional career, it made me look at him differently because I'm like, okay, this is a trainer, and I'm thinking he know it all, but he's still seeking professional help from other trainers. And it was just more so where like I was able to connect with him based off that, where it's like he made me feel comfortable. I wanted to go. He wasn't fat shaming me. He wasn't coddling me. He was just giving me like real life therapy in the process, where it was beneficial to me.
As a friend,
That's why friends.
like my homeboys, my closest friend, I tell my boy all the time, so, yo, you getting fat. Get your shit together.
Get your shit together. With your fat
But because I know
Where
him,
are
I
the
know it's
options?
not going to hurt his
Where are the
feelings.
options?
That's going to motivate
You may not know that it might not hurt his feelings, but
No, that's my dog. I know
that's
it's
what
going to
you
motivate
think.
him.
That's what you think.
And he did the same shit to me.
And
I still remember to this day, I wore a shirt. You know how like,
And it hurted you enough to.
Nigga, you going to let me say it?
You want
He
the
just-
floor? You want
he
the
just
floor?
assumed.
Oh, now y'all want the floor. Now y'all want the
brother.
floor. Now y'all see how I feel. Y'all can't get y'all point
I'm not
across,
nearly
but
as upset
I'm
as
not.
you
Go
are.
ahead. Go ahead.
I wore a shirt to the
ahead.
gym one day that, you know how like the shit, like the low cut, where like you can see the whole side and shit.
And it was
My
like-
brother was like, yo, you ain't got the midsection for that shirt. And guess what? I went and got the motherfucking midsection, and now my shirt is always off. And all I'm saying is, sometimes
I'm naked every day, nigga.
I don't even own shirts.
Sometimes motherfucking criticism is good for you.
Constructive criticism.
Exactly.
That's
Now I'm not
exactly
gonna be like, yo, you a fat piece of shit. Your mama was a fat piece of shit. You ain't you.
But I can
You'll always
guarantee
be a
you,
fat piece.
I can guarantee you, because you took that information and went into the gym to try to prove your brother wrong, that you can do it, that you can change it, it negatively affected
Well,
you. That's
somebody
why
helped
you
me,
did.
goddamn.
It
No,
negatively
it positively affected me.
It had a positive.
Now I look
It had a
good.
positive
Now I
effect
look
on you.
fantastic.
It had a positive
God
effect
damn it.
on you, but at that time it negatively affected you. It triggered something in you to say, you know what?
But it upset me enough to motivate me to get on my shit.
But
sometimes you need to be
could've got the
upset for a
same
little
Sometimes
bit.
you kicking ass.
Yeah.
You could have got the same reaction by
Yeah.
doing it in a better way. But anyway,
No.
it worked for you.
It wasn't-
Congratulations
it
on your
wasn't-
body. Happy birthday. Moving on to the next
Happy
topic.
birthday.
Big facts. And then when you are in shape in a couple months, like you super fit, we gonna go back to this episode. Like, remember he said you couldn't do a push up?
But it's not.
We're gonna do 50
And you
push-ups
gonna-
on the
yeah.
table.
But it's not because you fat shamed me. It's because I wanted to do it. Now, trust me, I've been called fat not all my life, but as I've been fat, I've been called fat.
As I've been fat.
It don't affect me. The thing about it is that I'm gonna do it on my
affected
time.
you just now, my nigga.
No, it did not.
I'm fucking with you.
It didn't affect me. Can't nothing nobody do affect me. I'm just letting y'all know that. You know.
That nigga at the door or something, tell that nigga to come the fuck on.
Focus.
Cam?
Focus.
That boy
Yes,
Cam
yes,
focus.
yes. We're gonna go on to the next topic. John Cena. This is an interesting topic. After receiving an ultimatum from his longtime girlfriend Nikki Bella, John said he will make the sacrifice of giving her a child despite not wanting one. What is your opinion on the topic? He get in. You. I'm start off with you. John Cena.
He really fucking loves that woman. He
Interesting, right?
does. He does. He really loves that woman because if you don't want kids, you don't want kids. But if you with somebody who wants kids and they like, listen, we either gonna have kids or I'm gone, and you decide to have kids, that's love, brother.
It's real love, right?
That's all I gotta say about that.
What's your take on it?
I mean, it's real. I mean, it's not really a sacrifice. It's just what's the word I'm looking for? What's the compromise? It's just a great compromise. We with somebody.
That's sacrifice.
Sacrifice. You know, it's a huge compromise, but it's like you really love that woman, you're gonna do it. You know, if you don't, you just go your separate ways. At the end of the day, it's a choice. He has a choice. It wasn't like, hey, you know, he didn't have a choice, I guess.
My take on it is, hold on. My take on it is this. I don't agree with either one of you all.
Damn.
My thing about it
I
is
thought
that
so.
no, I don't agree with either one of you all. My thing about the topic is more so is that I have a requirement of what I like and what I want. You know what I'm saying? And if I feel like I don't want kids, then I'm just not gonna have them. Now I understand the thing about it with both of them in that scenario was that they both got into a relationship not wanting kids. They didn't want kids. So what happens that when they in the mid-relationship, she changed her mind like, oh, I want kids now. The thing about it is that I don't feel like, I still feel like, and he painted the picture that he still don't want kids. He told her like, I don't want kids, but because you want them, I'm going to give it to you. The thing about it is that in a long-term effect, that's not going to be beneficial. Because what happens when the baby starts crying in the middle of the night? What happens when you got to do this and they taking your check?
Then
or
she needs to
whatever.
go handle that little motherfucker.
The thing about it,
That's
you
right.
want it. And
That's
but
her
it's
kid,
kinda
right?
it's
Hey,
kinda
go
like-
get your kid.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, that's kind of funny. It's kind of like, you know how like you watch movies with like little white families and the kid wants a dog,
Yeah.
and then the dog wants to go pee, and the parents be like, well, take your dog. You want
Right.
the dog, take the little nigga to
But
go
that's
pee.
going to cause a strain in their relationship.
I mean,
This is
that-
what I'm talking about.
it might, it may, and may
will,
not. but
because
that-
if you don't want a baby, then it's. I mean, maybe something gonna trigger in him. But
yeah,
okay,
it can
I'll let
change.
it
I mean,
be.
once you see a little you walking
But that's not the
around,
chance I'm gonna take. If you now in my
Hey,
life,
that's
now in my
a little
life,
level
if you
head.
tell me that you don't want this,
Yeah.
I'm not giving it to you. I gotta go somewhere else because I don't want to run that risk of having a child with somebody where he can possibly eventually bail on me, and leave you with a baby. And now you looking at him. Now you looking at him like you're not helping, and he's telling you, I didn't want the baby out
But the
alone.
thing about their situation is they're both rich white people, so it's like
That don't mean
Ain't nothing
anything.
gonna
Money
happen.
don't mean anything. A lot can happen.
They have a nanny.
If you have a baby with a
They
girl
have
and you
another
tell her, I don't
nanny.
want no kids, but you end up getting her pregnant, and the thing about it is that now they taking your check, or now you gotta help out, and you like, I
he's
didn't
gonna
want
have
this
some child
baby in the
support.
first place.
He may have some child support.
He just
issues
wanted
to deal
her,
with later,
but he just wanted her. And he feel like by keeping her,
But at the
by
end of
doing
the day,
that.
it's a choice, Louis. If he wants to do that, that's what he wants to do.
The thing about it is
You can't
that
be like,
it's
that's
gonna
wrong.
backfire. It's the same thing like getting married because she want to get married. eventually you're gonna, when y'all get into the first argument, it's gonna be like, I didn't want the baby
But you
anyway.
can't
I didn't want to get
you
married
can't assume
anyway.
that's going to happen. Like,
It always does. We can assume that it's a
You
possibility.
can't assume
that
that it always does because you don't know all situations.
We can assume that it can possibly happen.
You can assume that
We
it
can
can
assume-
possibly work too.
I said it. Did I say that? Or was you not listening? I did. Did I say that he can possibly
No.
tap into his fatherly?
You said that before.
Okay.
No.
Any
I'm gonna
final
stick to
thoughts
no.
on it? I know what I said. Any final thoughts on it? Any final thoughts? You ain't got no final thoughts?
like a handkerchief.
I'll be the
I don't know.
pappy.
Need a new line and bring that line back.
Oh no!
That line back.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to stay out of the way of these shots. Apparently, Lewis starting to shoot shots now.
Listen, brother. I'm a comedian.
Hold on.
You don't want to go down there.
I'm from Chicago.
I've been trying to I've been nice this season.
I'm from Chicago.
I've been nice this
If you
season.
want to go there, we can go there. Don't ever slip up.
Don't make me talk about your collar, nigga. Your collar's supposed to lay down.
Yes,
It's supposed to lay down.
No!
And you need to stay out of baby gap. You need to stay out of baby gap.
I look good. I look good in this motherfucking shit. Don't act like I ain't your body goals, nigga. Don't act like I ain't your body goals, nigga. This nigga be in the gym like, Mike. Mike.
I want to be a linebacker. I want to be shaped like a linebacker. I don't want to be like that.
He said, don't act like this ain't your body
Body
goals.
goals.
Don't act like this ain't your body goals.
Man,
Hashtag, don't act like this ain't your body
I'm
goals.
about to put that on a shirt.
Mike
nigga.
got that one.
Don't act
Ding,
like
ding,
I ain't
ding.
your body
You
goals.
can get it
my
too.
nigga.
I don't want none of it.
You do.
I'm a Pisces,
You
bro.
do.
I'm a Pisces.
You do.
I'm a Pisces.
I just dish it. I don't like what you say.
That bang you got on your head. Don't have me to hear
Nigga, I look beautiful.
Hey, tell my old girl talk about your bang the other day.
Oh yeah, you saw that? Like white girl, like,
We're going to deal with it at the post show. We're going to deal with it at the post show. But moving it on.
Come on, bitch.
We're going to move it on.
That's what the bang's for. It's for fishing. It's like let's throw it out there. Like,
Ain't called a fish shack.
you don't know that.
I know that.
Oh, you don't know that.
Dude, let me get
How you know that, Lewis?
I get more fish than you.
Oh no. Well, actually,
I say it ain't so.
Like, I don't
Say it
know.
ain't
This is a
so.
confusing
Say it ain't
situation.
so.
I like vagina.
Walk into a double.
Say it ain't so.
That's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I'm confused on that one.
He got you.
You got me on that?
Because the females can love him and men can love him. So
That's
I
all
got you.
worlds.
Who cares?
And straight men love me.
Wait.
trifecta.
Anyway.
I guess. If
Anyway.
anyone wins in that situation,
Anyway.
you know, whatever.
We always gonna win.
Whatever.
We told
I get
y'all.
to my fish,
We told y'all
alright?
when they come for people, they gonna come with y'all. Come for y'all
All right,
first.
you can have the
They gonna come for
fish.
y'all first.
Who is y'all?
The straight black men.
They coming for straight black
Wait,
men.
hold on.
They already
Like, we don't want the gay ones.
They don't want that work. They don't want that work. We ain't gonna play with them.
But see, every
We ain't gonna play with
gay
them.
black dude is not as fucking like hostile and violent as you and Pierre.
Nah,
We
I met a lot
got
of them.
Wow.
You not violent now?
black
You not violent now?
He's
Listen.
You not
Only
violent now?
opinionated.
Pierce
We got
is-
black
They don't
men.
discriminate.
First black men
fight
degrade
girls,
black women. Now they
boys.
degrade black gays. Lord. First we
This
got
what y'all
black
do
men
to black
degrading black
women
women.
too.
Now y'all
And
degrading
then y'all
black
say
gays.
black.
Straight men just don't love us. Straight men got our back.
But we the one marching for them.
Hey,
I was
Y'all
marching
need us
for
being
y'all.
aggressive.
They got the whole
I was at
ally
Pride.
shirt, hashtag
Let Becky
ally.
And who was
Sally
was either
going
one of
for
y'all? Have
Nigga,
either one?
I seen the shirts.
I was
Yeah,
at Pride.
you seen them.
You was at
Nobody
Pride.
I was there.
Camera there, full straight man right
But
there. at Pride.
you said you seen the shirts?
Yeah, I
Have you
seen the shirt.
purchased one?
I got the internet. I got the
Because-
internet.
because
I
when-
one. Does it matter if I purchase one?
Because you
Like,
said
I'm
that you
on-
support
I'm on
us.
the show.
Artist.
Guess what?
You an artist.
When straight black
I'm go-
men die
I'm
and
gonna
get
purchase
killed by the
one right
motherfucking police,
True.
the aggressive black women
Yeah,
and
I
aggressive black gay people
It's
are
the
marching
That's the
full
thing,
force
I
for
get
y'all
it. I
straight
get it
black
up. I know.
Yes, I'm
asses.
proud.
We
Just ordered
saying
it.
Black Lives
With the
Matter.
hashtag ally shirt.
Next day shipping.
Yo, comment.
You
Yo,
said you
comment.
started it.
Y'all niggas is hostile. Y'all niggas ain't hostile.
Y'all niggas is hostile. Y'all just attacked him over that shit.
I'm calm as hell.
Exactly.
You could've
Niggas
just been
got
like,
mad.
Y'all
Prove my
thought
point.
y'all was
They-
gonna roll up on me.
They got mad to prove my point.
Y'all
Could have been
roll
like,
up on
nah,
me.
whatever.
Y'all thought y'all gonna roll up on me and I had to handle y'all.
But that's not.
Y'all niggas came to attack.
Had to handle y'all.
Did you buy ally shirt,
you go
nigga?
to
Like, I know they exist. The point
Did
is
you
that
go
straight
buy,
men wearing
nigga?
ally shirts.
Listen.
Nobody gonna hear
Let's
what
bring
the
it
fuck
back
we
in.
saying.
Next
We
topic.
screaming.
Next topic.
Please.
Next topic. Rapper XXX Tentacion. Ain't that how you pronounce it?
R.I.P.
I don't know.
Tentacion.
Tentacion. I don't know. And Jimmy Wopo, I don't know.
Jimmy Wapo.
Wapo, I don't know.
That's a
Come on.
sensitive subject.
Were both shot and killed yesterday in two separate incidents. I want to say that. Do you think that this gangster street life played a part in it? And what needs to happen to prevent such crime from happening again in our community? That's the first two questions.
Oh, well.
You know I'm starting off with you. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, okay. So, man, I feel like, I don't know if it was gangster rap per se. I just thought it was just misguidance. Because even when you heard his music and all that, it was just kind of like all over the place. And you can tell there's like nobody's in his life just like, yo, you know, you shouldn't do that. Or, you know, somebody looking out for him, giving him direction. A lot of these kids actually, you know, they listen to this music and they feed off of that energy, especially with like, even like the Tekashi 6ix9ine thing. You know, he's in the same boat. You know, people listen to this music and they take it as a real lifestyle, and then some people go for real, and you had to get murdered, you know, or, you know, people partake in it, you know, and it's sad to see. It's sad to see. I just feel like for us to get better, I feel like, I know this is going to be a deep answer, but I feel like, you know, the adult community should be more involved with the children as far as like, you know, fathers. You know, remember back in the day, it takes a village to raise a child. You know, we just got away from that mentality. Everybody's so distant from each other. That's why these kids are depressed and making this emo music, because they feel like, oh, nobody cares about me, blah, blah, blah. You know, so if we all just reached out, you know, shit like this wouldn't happen. I ain't gonna say shit like this wouldn't happen, because apparently XXXTentacion, apparently he got robbed in the midst of a robbery. I mean, he got killed in the midst of a robbery. He had a Louis V bag. Somebody wanted it, you know, and they knew who he was, and he got popped for it. And somebody told me the other day, actually, they was like, I'm not really interested in designer wear because, you know, it puts a target on your back. So that was an interesting perspective too. So I never thought of it that way.
They from Chicago.
Exactly. So I mean, but to answer the question, that's why I feel like just guidance in the overall community from the adult leaders. You know, if somebody would have reached out to XXX, but XXX was trying to get his life together. You know, he was trying to be more of a positive role model when he started off so negative, but it's just once he got into the industry, he had people around him be like, yo, this is not cool, you should try this, you do this, and he started going in a positive light, but he already had that image behind him, you know, so.
Go ahead, Mike.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear no more Black Lives Matter shit until we stop killing each other.
Right.
That's where I'm at with it. I don't want to hear no more, like, I know that's real Fox News rhetoric, but I'm over it. We killing the fuck out of each other. Hey, when somebody said some shit that really struck with me, they was like George Zimmerman still walking around Florida, and they killed fucking XXX.
Mm-hmm.
It's like y'all quick to kill another black man, but this motherfucker still walking.
Mm-hmm.
How, like, that shit blows my mind. How the fuck is George Zimmerman still walking?
Actually, I saw the same post, and the reason why George Zimmerman is still walking is because if George Zimmerman got killed, the police would look for his killer versus XXXTentacion. And nobody's looked for his killer.
That's the rhetoric behind Black Lives Matter and black on black crime. We're not saying no one should kill black people.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying you should get justice for killing black people.
Exactly.
If I go out and my black ass kill a black man,
They
my black ass is going to jail.
Anybody heard
If a
anything?
white man kills my black
It's on
ass,
trial.
it's debatable whether
exactly.
he gets justice or not. So
100% true.
So that's where the whole Black Lives Matter thing came from. Like white people killing black people and getting away with it. Black people can't kill nobody and get away. We can't kill dogs. Mike Vick was in jail for dogs and
knowing
shit.
about dog fighting.
Just knowing about
Just
it.
knowing he didn't fight him.
We still gotta stop killing each other.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
And we have to come to a point where you're like, yo, killing another black person it's like the worst thing.
Like that's just
That's the
that's
first.
the
That's the
lowest
first.
thing.
So that's
should
one.
be
That's
frowned
part of the
upon.
question, though. So I want to re-throw that question out. Like, what needs to happen within our community? Because we always talk about what needs to happen in schools and what needs to happen in a broader standpoint.
It
What
just
needs to
needs to
happen
be
in our
It
community?
needs to be taboo. It needs to be
Yes.
taboo. It needs to be the worst possible thing that a black person can do is killing another black person. Period.
It is the worst possible thing a person can do is kill another person. Let's just start right there. I feel like it's a system in place. Black people are already disenfranchised, so they have a very hungry mentality as is.
Right.
And when you come up in a community where your resources are limited and you don't already have the most positive influences and surroundings around you, you try to survive. So my man's getting out of his situation in Florida, moving to Broward County out and bought him a $1.4 million house. He just bought a mansion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So guys know that. They know they like you said, they know who you are. Like,
Right.
oh, you got a Louis bag. He probably got some bands in there. You know, he's at a motorcycle shop. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Let's try to come up. And dude ain't no punk. Like, you know, you see
he put up a fight.
yeah.
Like,
And they shot him in the neck. He got shot in the neck.
and just think about it. That same shit happened to Sean Taylor a
Yeah.
couple of years ago.
Right?
Exactly.
And he got shot in the leg.
He got shot in the leg.
They
Somebody
hit an
ran
artery.
up-
They hit an artery.
And somebody ran up in his house, was trying to take his shit because they saw
Him and his wife were there.
You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Saw he was coming up,
Yeah.
dude from Florida and shit. And
It's the crabs in the barrel
exact same
mentality.
thing.
I feel like that's the root.
We call it the
problem.
Hunger Games theory. When
Oh,
we talk about
I like
it.
that.
The Hunger Games theory. You know, you put all these people in an environment, you get them limited
That's
resources,
real.
and expect them to
No,
fight
we
and
can't.
kill each other to survive. The thing about it is that when you say what?
I don't care.
What about what?
A lot.
You know, when some people have this, you know, because this have been happening on social media, is that some people is not mourning his death as you know for what it is because of his past. You know, like
I mean, well, you know, Malcolm X was a pimp and a hustler.
I heard that,
Yeah,
but
and that's
however,
real. And that's
Maya
real.
Angelou-
So what?
Maya
And she
Angelou
was
was
a
a
prostitute,
That's real.
but neither
And
one
that's
of them
real.
was homophobic or beating up women.
You don't know that.
And,
Well, no, Malcolm X-
but here's the
You
thing:
don't know that.
Malcolm X had time to change.
Exactly.
He went to jail.
And that's what
But
we're saying.
this person didn't, so I'm
Yeah.
going to accept him for the person he is instead of trying to take up for the person he could have been.
Well, that's the whole
I'm not
point
You
of
know,
humanity, though.
a couple moments before he got shot, he was doing a live Instagram talking about how all he wants to do is inspire kids.
gonna- Well, he can't do
I
that
think that
now.
was
That's what
the
I'm
beginning
saying.
of the
So
story.
you see the trajectory of where his life was
Yeah,
going,
but
and it was cut short because motherfuckers ain't shit.
Yeah, and the only thing I have right now in front of me is who he was as a person. Y'all can sit up here and try to tell
Right, but I
me
just
where
told
his
you who he
life.
was.
I'm not telling you
I
to
just
feel
told you
sorry
who
for him.
You telling me who
I'm
he
saying-
wanted to
I'm
be
saying-
or who
His,
he.
his last public.
We just want to
Yeah,
recognize
but
that
a
was
week
said.
ago, the interview a week ago where he's at the radio station
Yeah.
talking about how he beat the hell out of a man for staring at him. That's all I'm hearing because he was gay
and tried to keep
and wanted to kill him
Oh,
and
but-
strangle him
That happened a week ago?
a week ago.
I didn't know about that one.
This was the
The
interview.
dude
This was
was
the
20
Nah.
years old, bro.
Nah, I'm not
saying.
I'm not
I'm not
sitting
saying.
here
So that's the
acceptable.
only thing I
I'm
got.
not saying
I'm
that's
not saying it's acceptable
acceptable. But at
too. I'm
20
just
years
saying
old, I
now
said and did a lot
that
of
I'm just saying now that
fucking
he's
stupid ass shit.
dead.
I agree.
I'm
I did
just
a
saying
lot
now
of
that
dumb
he's
stuff.
dead.
And so
We
but it's
all
the
did
difference.
a lot of stuff, dumb stuff.
Right. It's the difference between me at 20 years old, who I was just a little broke motherfucker who ain't really had shit, ain't really know nobody, etc. But being a 20-year-old with all of this money, all of this responsibility, and this huge ass motherfucking platform, you gonna say dumb shit. You gonna do dumb shit. But I'm not judging him based on where his life was. I'm basing him based on the trajectory of where his life was going.
I feel like we can say that about anybody. We can say, "Oh,
That's true.
Hitler died at 54. If we could have gave him one more year,
After he committed a mass genocide.
Exactly. That's
No,
what I'm
man,
saying.
you can't compare the two.
You can't compare Malcolm X. Y'all comparing Maya Angelou selling pussy to this nigga beating up his pregnant
What we're saying
girlfriend. To him
is,
beating up his
if
pregnant
Malcolm X died
girlfriend.
at 20,
So what
you
are
would
you
have
saying?
slandered him like you're doing.
So
like
what are you
Yes.
But we're saying
Because that would have
he
been
was allowed to
We're not
grow
saying
and
he got to be
evolve.
like some
Because
kind of
my
good
thing
guy.
is,
Are you
I
saying
didn't.
We're just saying what happened.
No, I'm saying since
He can't
he's
mourn. Yeah.
I'm saying
We're
since
just
he's
saying what
dead.
happened.
I never said I wanted him to
Yeah.
die. I didn't wish him death.
It's not like
But
a big
now
deal.
now that it happened,
He's not gonna have boohooing in the morning.
Yeah.
all I know is the person he was.
Like-
I'm not finna sit up here and be like, this guy could have been an astronaut. We don't do
I'm with you,
that.
Mike.
We don't.
still-
But
No, like,
He
but
still was a young black
I'm
man.
just saying we can say that about every single body. We can say that about Lord Voldemort. When Harry Potter killed him, we weren't like, damn, Harry should have gave him 4 more years. This
He
nigga,
already became evil, Pierre.
this nigga was evil.
He wasn't
That's what
evil,
he's
bro.
saying.
This nigga looked like a damn.
That's what I was talking about earlier. That's
He's
what
not
that was my
evil.
point.
He's
was.
So what y'all wanted to wait till he was 30 and beat up?
No, he was
people
making the
to-
transition the last few
to y'all, not to me.
Well, he was gonna get around you.
I'm not asking you to be sympathetic.
He would
But
have
he
came
did
around. He did.
I'm just asking.
I understand why you're not
understand what
sympathetic. I
happened.
get it.
I just don't care. I don't want anyone to die. But if you happen to die,
Like, oh,
I'm not gonna be out here going.
I'm not boo-hooing.
Now, listen,
right? I wasn't. I don't think they should have killed him.
outside.
But since he's
I definitely
dead,
understand your point.
I
I
didn't
definitely
really listen
understand
to
your
him,
point.
so I
One
ain't
second.
know.
I definitely understand your point. I'm on the fence. I'm being pulled in 2 different directions. I definitely understand your point,
It's a
but I'm
wake-up
more so
call.
on this side.
Yeah.
The
it
thing
is
about
a
it
wake up
that-
call.
You
You niggas need to get on y'all
That needs to
shit.
be learned from this. It's a lesson that truly needs to be learned from this. And the thing about it is, I look at it 2 ways. definitely when you see somebody who is like, if he was my friend, I would have been trying to keep him on the straight and
While we fat shaming, thug shame, goddamn it.
I do thug shame. I do.
He was that person.
Y'all
for
buying
other
this
people,
nigga
though.
music.
If you've seen all the people he's reached out to,
If
all the
you
BC
listen to
Squash
his
that's
music,
come out lately, a lot of people was like, yo, he reached out to me behind closed doors and did this. Like him and Ugly Guy, like they had a whole situation.
Wait, that's
Squash.
his name, or you just saying he?
No,
That's
Ugly
his
Guy.
name, Ugly Guy.
That's his name. Yeah.
I would have liked to understand the person that he truly is inside. Now, of
Dead.
course, it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. That's not even funny, but it's a lot of things that we go through that make us the person that who we are. You know, like I can act a certain way to some people. They can look at me like I'm a negative person. You know, at school they always say you an aggressive person. I'm like, how? But people view you the way they want to view you. Nobody knew this person. We didn't know this person or who he truly was. We didn't know the work that he did. Of course, society is never going to tell you exactly what he's doing. They're only going to paint the negative picture about him. I understand your point. I understand that from the picture that was painted, he was a negative person. I didn't know him to judge that.
Sound like the
I just wish
pastor.
that
Every time somebody in the
wish-
hood died,
I
he
just
was a
wish-
good boy.
No, I just
I
wish-
killed 15 motherfuckers.
I just wish that he
Has
had
to be
people
up
in
there
his
like-
life that would keep him on the straight
Oh,
and
he was
narrow.
a good man.
I just wish that he had people in his life that would have kept him on the straight and narrow. The people that would have told him the truth. It's the same thing that's going on
It's
with
only
everybody
one
else.
person that can judge you, and that's where he going right now to get his
Next
judgment.
topic.
That's what you
Next
believe.
topic. Next
That's
topic.
what you want to believe.
Have you seen Zeitgeist, my friend? No, but
Okay, let's bring this next question in. Actually, I want to ask you all one more question about that. The question I wanted to ask is, who was your celebrity? Who's the celebrity that you mourned the most? Like,
Muhammad Ali. Cried like a baby.
Mine was Whitney Houston,
Muhammad Ali,
Okay.
dog.
and she died a crackhead.
Yep.
Ain't nobody like, oh, she
Carrie Fisher down a crackhead, but they didn't label her as a crackhead. Carrie Fisher down a crackhead, they didn't label her as a crackhead.
She did.
Michael
She was a
Jackson.
crackhead. Carrie Fisher was a motherfucking crackhead.
all
Michael
these hoes
Jackson.
is
I had to think
crackhead.
about it. Michael Jackson, I was pretty
Yeah.
devastated. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like it was too soon. I was
Right.
like, damn, to see all that greatness just like this is just gone. You
It
know what I'm
gotta
saying?
go.
Like a celebrity that just
It's like, but I mean, he was like
I
50.
can't, like, cause like,
Like 40
I
or
say
50.
Ali, but like everybody knew Ali was eventually going out. You know what
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
saying?
like,
he
when they're
was-
old, it's
you
like,
knew
oh,
he was
it's
towards the
happening.
end.
That's where I
Did it-
found my
did it take you
confidence.
out?
That's what
Did it
motivated me,
affect you? Did it
man.
affect
I
you?
was just like, damn.
Yeah, that's what
He
got
died.
my
Nelson Mandela,
Like-
Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou. took me
Mandela
out.
Well-
was at the end too. You know what
Maya
I'm saying?
Angelou.
Like,
Well, with me,
Prince caught me off guard.
Prince caught me off guard.
Prince caught you off
Like, damn,
I was
nigga,
like,
you can die.
Exactly.
Like,
the
damn,
person-
people
now,
are dying that
it
ain't
was
never
neck and
died
neck.
before.
That means I can die.
Listen, it was neck and neck. I want to say Whitney Houston because that really took me to a dark place.
Yeah.
But it was Aaliyah. When Aaliyah died,
Wow, really?
When Aaliyah died, 'cause I was
I felt like I wasn't old enough. I was just saying,
I wasn't
I
old
feel
enough
you
yet.
too.
I
Y'all
was
feel
See,
me.
my older
After me
sister
afterwards.
my older sister
Yeah.
named my niece. My niece was born a month before
okay.
named Aaliyah. Like
Okay.
I was a Aaliyah fan. So when it was like she died, I'm just like, oh my god, like it just took me up.
I
Like,
saw that on
I was pretty
VH1.
disappointed.
I saw that on the VH1
Oh
scroll.
Lord!
Got a question.
This ain't about me. This is about
how do you
you.
feel about Tupac?
What? What do you mean?
Because in a lot of ways, it's very similar. His death and my man's death. XX Temptation. He was a young black man who had a lot of fucking trouble, had a trouble past, said and did a lot of fucked up shit, but he was for the most part a positive individual, and he was killed by another black man.
But see,
Oh,
Tupac didn't
No,
go against
that's
black
way
people
different.
though. Like, he was all about for black
Yeah,
people.
Tupac did a whole
Tupac wasn't
lot
homosexual.
more.
Yeah, I don't know if he was
That's
homophobic.
like, yeah, he had.
He was really like talking about the system. He was really
See
going
what
at
I'm
the
saying?
He wasn't beating up
He
his
was
pregnant
attacking-
wife.
Yeah,
No, but no,
because
because
it's different.
because X offended me.
yeah.
He didn't like me.
he vocally,
To me and Tupac ain't got no beef.
X vocally went on
That's
record,
like
on record.
that's like a racist.
Okay,
no,
so
listen. That's like a racist
so people-
person.
how do you
Listen,
feel-
let me ask you a question. That's just like a racist person. Let's say
Roseanne.
Roseanne. She's a positive influence, but she don't like black people, even though that's alleged. So I'm not gonna say Roseanne. Think of somebody racist, and they just fucking die tomorrow. You didn't wish death on them, but they die tomorrow. It's like, while you was here, you didn't want my. I'm talking about like vocally
Like David
racist.
Duke.
Like black
Like
people
David
need
Duke.
to be
David
back
Duke.
where they came from, and then you die tomorrow.
David Duke.
It's gonna be like,
I'll be celebrating honestly.
okay,
Tupac
the
was
same thing. Here's a better question. Y'all know Dylan Roof?
Yes.
20 years old, same
Oh,
age
yeah,
as
that
dude.
nerd. He should be
dead.
Killed all.
That's
He got the death penalty and we celebrated.
Yeah.
He killed a bunch of people.
Oh my God! But he's 20 years old. He's 20 years old.
No,
He is.
How do you
try to kill somebody?
He got stopped from actually killing the person. His motive was to take the person out. He got stopped.
Did he say I wanted to?
He said it. He said if they would have stopped me, I would have killed that nigga.
He didn't mean that as like niggas say that, but like
This nigga was
niggas say that.
They called him in a cell strangling him.
He stuck his head on the concrete.
In his blood, he wiped the blood on the forehead for a mafia initiation or something.
He tried to kill him. He only got stopped.
So he wanted to kill this
He was
nigga.
prepared to stay in jail. He was prepared to. He already vocalized that.
Because
that's
Same
my difference between
age,
Tupac.
20
Because
years
Tupac
old.
wasn't
Dylan
out there
Roof,
trying to cause
we
harm.
celebrated
He
his
was a
death
victim of
penalty.
his society.
He should get out of jail right now
but
because-
X was causing harm towards people. Tupac wasn't causing harm towards people.
I mean, allegedly, Pac raped a bitch.
But we don't know that.
Allegedly.
X is on record. X, you can Google that. X is
Actually, hold
on
on.
record.
It's not alleged because he actually was convicted. I don't believe he did it.
But it don't
he was
mean
convicted,
that
so
he
it's not
did it.
alleged.
It's no. We don't
Well,
have
rest in
proof.
peace, Tupac.
We don't have proof. We don't have proof.
I'm
We
just
can-
saying, keep that energy.
Listen, we didn't.
I do keep the energy. That's what I'm saying. That's
We
what I'm
don't know
saying.
if
Tupac and
I'm
X
just
is
saying,
a-
if
we believe
Yeah.
we believe that if Pac stayed alive, he would have stayed away from that shit and went on the
Oh well, that's
and
my
that's what I
thing
think about Homeboy.
is you have to
But
think
Tupac
about
was-
that
he was
now.
already proven his trajectory. You know
Pac
what
was
I'm
on
saying?
some thug shit at 25 and 26. Suge Knight had Pac on some thug shit.
Oh,
Watch
Pac was
us all.
for Suge Knight.
And
He was
I-
a thug in
so this is where I
Like,
get.
Pac
I
was always- Pac was
tweeted.
always an image being sold, and everybody
Yeah.
knew that.
Yep.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
he
I
was really
tweeted-
out there stomping niggas out.
He
He started the
acting-
fight. He started the fight that got him killed. He started the fight.
Well, guess what?
You better not let
In
this
my
nigga
hood,
say
I'm a
that.
huge Pac fan.
If
I
you
love
saw
Pac.
that
They
shit,
don't
ride, but
Listen,
she ride.
you know the story about behind like how he got
He
killed,
got
right?
he got in a fight.
Well, one of his homeboys got
They
himself
was
in the
at the
casino.
casino. They was at the casino. Everybody was chilling.
Orlando.
And some random person was like, "Yo, that's the dude that snatched homeboy chain." And before the nigga could finish the sentence, Pac
To
ran
me,
over
that
and
though,
punched him
I
in the
don't
face.
emphasize with that. I've never did, and I just
You said
tweeted.
emphasize?
That's not a word. Empathize.
Empathize.
I just tweeted about.
Emphasize being
I had
empathic.
two father figures. They both killed for a living, and when my first one got killed, shot 14 times, I cried. And my mom told me, "You live by the sword, you die by it." So when my second one, I just tweeted this. When my second father figure came home bloody and shot up, I went back to sleep.
Whoa. Wow. That's yeah. Damn.
I can't feel sorry for nobody that's doing them, and what's expected comes to be.
That's how I felt about XXX as well.
Well, I see,
Like,
my thing-
no, it's like I
It's
understand
only
where-
two places. Every grandma tell you if you out here doing bogus, it's only two places you going: jail or the grave. So when that comes to light, what do you want from me?
I just think when you talk about death a lot, that was when with XXX. Like he just talked about death too much for
Because
some.
he's
Yeah,
not.
that's like, and that's putting that in your future.
And so,
Because-
yeah,
and it's
you-
not
you
even-
know, the tongue is powerful.
And the
right?
thing
Bible
is,
says it's
everybody
powerful,
isn't
bro. Was it
afraid,
Proverbs
like me, for
20:18 or
instance.
something?
Everybody isn't afraid of death like
But you don't
black
speak on it.
people.
Yeah, exactly.
I think black people are so afraid of the word death. We believe on you shouldn't wish death on people. Death is literally what is guaranteed to every
100%
last
people
one
will
of
not.
us in this room.
100%
I go
people
die.
will
Ain't no such
I
thing
think
as
the
wishing
reason-
death. How you gonna tell me you wish I died, nigga? I am
I think the reason
going to die. I am.
I'll say that to this though. I think the reason why black people emphasize death so much is because we appreciate life so much, and because when we first were
That's
brought to this
why
country,
you can't
and
live unless you
my
know you
grandmother-
gonna die.
Well, I mean, you're right, but don't take my life for no reason. Black people have their lives taken for no reason besides the color of their skin. That's why our ancestors, our grandparents emphasize so much upon really appreciating the life you live because of the color of your skin. It can be taken at any moment. So that's why black people are always like, look, you can be just being a black male. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Walking down
right.
the street with your hoodie on, getting some Skittles, and some dude run up and think you're a threat and he pop you.
Right. Right.
So that's why black people are like, hey,
Let's do
I'm just saying,
do
when
right by
XXX
the universe,
I'm
and
saying
hopefully it
XXX
does
is
right by you.
I agree with that.
Well, XXX, man, we're not asking for like sympathy. We're just asking you to be aware of what just happened.
Well, let's
You know
move
what
on
I'm
to the
saying?
Well,
next
rest in
topic.
peace.
We gotta move on to the next topic. Move on to the next topic. What's the audience saying, Peter?
What is the audience saying?
Malcolm X was slapping white bitches and selling.
Detroit Red in the building.
Detroit Red.
Detroit Red putting everybody on
Oh
their
my
backs.
God, that was
Malcolm X didn't slap women. Detroit
You're
Red.
right. Detroit Red slapped women.
Malcolm X was sexy.
Somebody said that?
No, I'm
That's
saying.
me.
And they said XXX was a piece of shit.
Damn.
Okay, next topic. We gotta go.
I mean, you can't help people feeling. I feel like Aaliyah couldn't sing.
You read that one though.
You better get them. So yo, I gotta get them.
Liv can sing her
It's all
ass off.
subjective.
If it was,
I don't like
no
that.
Beyonce.
I don't like that when
This
people
whole-
die,
this
we
whole
have
show
to
is
change.
subjective. It's
When
opinions.
people die, we don't have to change our opinions of people.
We really don't. Next,
If
if
y'all-
next topic. A 17-year-old boy was shot several times in the head and presumed dead by Chicago
That was
Fire Department
crazy.
paramedics. Police officer placed a white sheet over him, but the young man was still breathing. Paramedics were recalled to the scene, and now the kid is on life support. Since then, the kid has died. What are your thoughts on the situation? I'm starting off with Mike.
That's
We're not on the
I'm not in
same
a rush
page
at
right
all.
now,
No.
guys.
You
We're
think-
not-
I'm not in a rush. I would rather them be able to see me when I say the shit.
Okay, well, you're live.
Mhm.
So it's funny because like that's exactly what was happening to the bodies in This Is America, that Donald Glover video. Except for the one that got pulled off, they were just throwing white sheets on the motherfuckers.
That was the
Like, fuck
symbolism behind it.
It's exactly the symbolism behind it. He was
Yeah,
saying
exactly.
the motherfuckers don't care about black bodies.
They
And that's
don't, man.
exactly what that is.
Black Lives
The
Matter.
thing
All
is,
that.
like, I think, like, in the place since that happened in Chicago, by then it's just muscle memory. They didn't even like look to.
I feel
you know
like
what
you're
I'm
right,
saying?
bro.
They probably were just like, oh, shot in the head. You know what I'm saying?
16, young,
Yep.
skinny
Young
nigga.
skinny nigga
Yep.
shot in the head. Well, and it's like, no, he's still breathing.
Right.
What? Who
That's
wants
not even
donuts?
us.
That's
You know
I
what
think
I'm
you summed
saying?
it up right
By
there,
then,
bro.
it's just like, yeah. By then, it's just like, especially in Chicago. You know what I mean? What? I mean.
Especially in the United States.
States.
I mean, especially in the United States, but
No,
you
but
know,
he's saying in
specifically
Chicago, yeah.
like 1 year, Chicago had 600 caskets.
Yes.
Man,
Yeah.
killing some whack shit.
That's
Kanye.
happening,
Kanye,
that's happening
yeah,
in
that's
Detroit
right.
too.
Kanye.
It's happening in Detroit.
That happened in Detroit.
In St. Louis too.
But I mean,
Yes.
if it,
Yeah.
I mean, shit, if that would be, if that happened in Detroit and St. Louis as well, I mean, it'd be the same procedure. It'd just be like, yo, another black man dead. That goes back to what we were
Yep.
talking about earlier, man. We gotta stop killing each other.
SOPs,
for nonsense.
That's still negligence on the paramedics.
Oh, they should sue. They need to
Negligence.
sue the city of Chicago.
Oh, they gonna, they're gonna get their
Oh
money
yeah,
for
that,
that
that's
because
shoe. That's just shoe.
Because man, who's
about
mayor
shit,
now?
shit.
Ron May, what's that?
I don't know. Fuck
He's
all
still, yeah,
them.
he's still there.
Ron May was still
Still there.
They all criminals.
Damn.
Everybody in Chicago are
After that
criminals.
whole
From the
public school
governor
thing,
to
yeah.
the mayor
The
to
governor,
the
resident.
head of the,
Governor of crook.
the
the
board of
president.
education
Yes.
to the residents to the newborn babies.
To the newborn babies.
Everybody.
They're jumping out the vagina with gas.
Everybody's saying
Criminals.
no, but I just can't fathom the whole. It's just negligence on the paramedics.
Gross.
Right.
I don't see how. I mean, it's
I just told you how you could see.
we can't do that. In my profession, we can't do that.
Oh,
We
yeah.
treat every individual like it's a new patient. Every individual, I can't lack on you. I can't be like, okay, well, I didn't seen 100 people with bipolar disorder or schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just take my time with you. Let me neglect you. No, I still have to treat you fully. Even what is happening in the hospital. He come in and they say, oh, whatever, we gonna throw it on him. Like, no, you still have to do your job until you proven that this person has passed away. So it's complete negligence.
But you wanna know why? Because you'll lose your job. These guys, they might get suspended. That's it.
That's it.
They don't fire
There's no
you.
real penalties.
And that's the problem. There's no accountability.
Yeah.
So for these
It's
dudes,
negligence.
I mean,
it's
look,
basically
I
negligence.
mean, this is kind of not off topic, but the Milwaukee Bucks point guard, Sterling Brown.
Yeah, he filing them.
Yeah, but turns out that whole time they're laughing about it off camera. Like there are hot mics in the car. They're laughing about it. Like I pulled the taser out. They're just laughing about it, giggling about it.
Right.
They got suspended between 2 days and 15 days. That was their punishment after beating this man for no reason for parking illegally.
Whack as shit.
So there's no
Give
accountability.
me my coin. But that's all I got to say about that one. Like, I got a mouthful, but I ain't got nothing to say about that. It's just negligence. And it's a sad situation.
It's disgusting.
But it goes back to the violence. The violence has to stop. And we have
Period.
We have to honestly think of some solutions to help our communities. We got to create something. There's so many lack of resources. Like a lot of time I joke, like I'm not going home. I'm not going home because it makes me feel bad. It
I
makes
don't
me
go home
feel
because I'm
sad.
scared.
Yeah, right.
That's why I don't go to sleep.
Because I'm scared.
I'm love.
It's not really.
No, but even that.
I'll be there Friday.
Detroit, that is.
They'll pull up on me to
Contributing
stop
to the violence.
Yeah, I moved out of Detroit when I was a very young.
It's hard in the
same
D.
reason.
It's a sad thing.
7 Mile, man.
But
Northfield, Lakeland.
we reached our last topic of the night, and before we
I
start
was young.
with our last topic, we're going to give you all a chance to call in. If you want to call in, the number is in the comment section and it's pinned. The thing about it is that when we finish this last question, we will tell you all to call in, and that's when you call in. If you call in before, I'm going to hang up. But we're going on to our last question. Jada Pinkett Smith says it is important for her kids to see a connection between their parents. So Will, Sheree, and Trey goes on vacation without her. Would you allow this? I'm starting off with.
Hold on, before you go forward, please explain who Will, Sheree, and Trey are.
Okay, so Will
For the
Smith,
people who watching.
Will Smith, first wife
For the
is
people
Sheree.
who watching.
That is who his first child is by. Trey, his oldest child. He remarried. He divorced Sheree, remarried Jada Pinkett Smith, and had 2 more kids, Jaden and Willow. They had a blended family where Sheree lived in the back house, and I don't want to say the main house, and Jada Pinkett Smith lived in the big house, and they co-parent together.
She's also married too now.
Yeah, she's married too.
Yeah.
Now she moved on. They live in San Diego and stuff. But basically, they all still have like a blended family, you know. So it's basically stating that would you allow your partner, your wife, to go on vacation with her first husband and their kid without you? Start with
Man, that's a lot. One, allegedly, they are very open sexually anyway, so they're willing to sleep with other people. They just obviously they don't give a fuck about going on vacations. 2, I can't understand that perspective because I don't have kids with anybody yet.
You sure, Drake?
Huh?
Are you sure, Drake?
Oh no. So I mean, from a perspective of a 25-year-old single black male, fuck no, I wouldn't let my wife go on vacation with her ex-husband. But I don't have no fucking kids.
You still can.
Yeah. I think, let me just throw
I
my
don't
2
have no
cents
fucking
around.
ex-wife. I'm just not old enough to understand that perspective. like honestly, like if y'all are watching, expecting like expert analysis from a bunch of single black
No,
men.
it's just no. What is if you was in that situation where you were married?
We are single.
I wouldn't.
girl.
Listen, I wouldn't let my
Wow.
girlfriend go to Venice with her ex-boyfriend.
Got it.
with you last
Let's go, Mark.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm in the same boat.
Hold
It's
on.
like,
Go ahead, Mark.
I honestly, if it was me right now, you know, if I was in this situation, of course I'm gonna say no. But it's also like people could question, like, oh, is there insecurities or blah? It's just like, man, I just don't get it. That don't make any sense. Like we said, but like you said, Will Smith and them apparently are swingers. I don't know the depth about
Allegedly.
that. Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I haven't like looked it up, or nor has Will Smith told me when I talked to him last week. You know, obviously I don't know all his business. So what I'm saying is, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're Will Smith, I mean, that's just cool. But if you're me, you know, I don't think that's very cool at all. You know, but you know.
Each his own, right?
To each his own, you know. To each his own. I like that. Now, what you got to say, Cam? So you let the people on the show answer first. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my
Don't
bad.
give nobody no spot before.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Whatever.
You right.
Anyway, what I got to say is that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, they are draining. I'm sorry, whoever fake that is, they draining. I'm sorry.
Got their
You can
kids
say
living
Beyonce
by
and Jay-Z.
themselves.
Right, you can say Beyonce and Jay-Z draining. We can call it even, whatever. But they draining to me. And the
I
thing
think
about
they drain you by doing what the fuck they want.
I'm gonna explain.
Hey, that's
real. I'm gonna
I'm
explain.
confused as
I'm
shit.
gonna
Ooh,
explain. I'm gonna
Jesus.
explain.
This new generation.
I'm gonna
It's
explain.
freedom, brother. Like,
Right, you free to do whatever you want.
Exactly.
But the thing, my take on the whole, my opinion on it is that I just feel like they publicizing this. Everybody want to publicize this free thought and free will thing, and it's just like, okay, where are the boundaries? Where are the standards or whatever? You know,
You wanna know what the
like,
boundaries
How long
of
has
Let me finish.
How long
Let
has
me
the boundaries
finish.
been in place?
Let me finish. Let me finish. I need to finish.
1,000?
They want to paint this. They are painting this free thought, free thing, and that's fine. But you can do what you want to do in your relationship because who I can't judge nobody. 'Cause I do what I want to do in my relationship. The thing about it is that it's draining to me because every time we turn around, it's like we doing this and we doing that. It's like, okay. The thing about the actual situation, no, I'm not allowing my partner to go on any vacation without me. No, it's not happening. I don't care if it's business. Ain't happening because I have a standard and I have a boundary. Granted, they got a child together. Kids need to see a 2-parent household. You're going to see the 2-parent household with me in the household. That's just how I feel about it. His mama, she can get married and they can have a 2-parent household over there. They can have one over here, but ain't no blending.
Ain't no blending.
What do y'all have to talk about on vacation without
My thing
me?
is, what if the child, because this can be a possibility, if my child says, hey, Pops, I want to go on a vacation with just you and my mama.
That's real.
I just want to go on a vacation
like
with my daddy. I want to go on
vacation.
I want to go on vacation with my daddy and my mama.
They might be in two different rooms.
That has nothing like that's. I only want my mama and my daddy at my birthday party. What can you say?
Multiple vacations.
You said I want to address because you said where are the boundaries when it comes to free thought. Wherever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
that's
what
all it is. That's what
No, what I'm saying is that they free. They always been free. Jada Pinkett been free long before Will Smith. That's fine.
What people are not realizing is that it's working.
Yeah.
So all this,
right?
it's literally working. We mad and we sing with shit.
Everybody else mad.
Obviously, the shit we doing and our beliefs. It's the reason why our ass is single. These motherfuckers are so happy, rich. They smiling at every picture.
I don't agree with it. I'm not judging. I don't agree with it. If I do something you don't agree with, you can say I don't agree with it. That's not how I roll. I don't do things that way. That could be draining. Granted, it doesn't mean that it's not working for me, not working for you, or you got a problem with it. It's just saying that could be draining to me. What you do?
Yeah.
I could be over the top extra. My brother tell me all the time, you are extra. That is draining to me.
It's just a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing anybody else can do can be draining to me. Unless I genuinely give a fuck about you as a person.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
And it's
it's draining to me.
It doesn't bother me.
It can't be draining to you.
Shoes, I
It
probably
can't be
wouldn't do
just,
it.
you may not recognize that it's draining to you, but it's draining to you. That's a whole nother session.
But like Mike said,
Ricardo,
you
the
said
child
picture-
is like 20.
You said if you were in their shoes. So let's think about it like this. Will and Jada both act. So Jada's off shooting Gotham, and Trey was like, hey, Mom, let's go up to Paris, and Will's not working. Will Jada be like, oh, no, I'm not. Oh, no, you can't go. Well, you off working. I'm not working right now.
And you don't want to be that. You don't want to be that person that's keeping
people from living their best lives.
You don't want to be the spouse that's keeping the father away from the child or vice versa. I'm just saying, if Trey,
ultimately, that is healthy as fuck.
that's so to be that comfortable, to be that comfortable.
And their kids
Imagine who you have to be. Imagine who you have to be as a person to be comfortable.
Didn't they let Jade move out at 15?
Yeah, they got.
They are a different couple.
They are a different kind of family.
You know what I'm saying?
They got it right.
And their kids are open with them. Like they tell them, see, like I watch Red Table Talk. I don't know how I caught myself watching the show, but it's good. It's good. They need to put it on
Jada
platform.
Pinkett's new show.
Yeah, like she's like, fuck, I'm gonna start my own shit on Facebook.
Oh, that's.
But basically, it's her mom, and her daughter. And they bought the ex-wife Shrey on there, and her and Jada
they talk about how they used to argue and everything.
And Jada told her she called the phone one day, and Jada picked up the phone,
and the wife was like, "You're in my house." You live in the house that I picked out, and Jada said, "Bitch, it's my house now." And they talked about it and laughed like, "Man, it's like that's so lit."
The one thing I will say is like because I couldn't believe that shit. I grew up in a household like that.
Nice.
I grew up in a household like that.
Of course.
We didn't live together. It's not of course nothing. But my mama kids were split between their daddy and my mama younger kids, and we didn't have the same father, but we was able to go over there and like how the daughter Willow said she had I love my stepmama. I love her. Like I love going over her house. I felt like that with my stepdad. Like it was so healthy.
Yeah.
Like
like my mom and her, what is it called? My mom and her boyfriend, baby mamas.
Okay.
Like they talk
they
like
cool.
they just
Cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Baby mama's plural?
Plural.
I said plural.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I got a quick question. I got a quick question. So, do you feel like the boundaries that we set in relationships are based off of our insecurities as people?
Yes, they're archaic as well.
It can be what you require.
It's how
Who you are.
Because
bullshit you do.
polygamy is just like it's just like
And that's not even polygamy.
I mean, not polygamy. Monogamy is just a man-made construct. So it's just like
It's just how we been.
And the shit
Yeah,
don't
this
be
is what we been
working.
connected.
The shit
The shit don't be working.
It works for
This
some.
monogamy
It's a model
shit
that
is
it
works
overrated
for some.
in general. You know what I'm saying? We could just
works
like
It's not this.
We need boundaries and standards. You don't have to follow them,
standards,
but
yeah, but boundaries. It's like
I think it's a
boundaries.
difference. It's certain things that you're not going to allow. It's certain things you're not going to allow.
I mean,
You have a
yeah.
I mean, but that's
Yeah, I'm
that's
pretty
based
sure
upon your
Jay.
standards.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
Jay.
On your
I'm pretty
I know
sure.
they have boundaries.
I'm pretty
like,
sure-
I don't want you to be with this. I don't want you to hang out with this person simply because I'm afraid that you will have a better time
I'm with
them,
them. Yeah.
and then you will leave me for them.
Exactly.
If that's the boundary you want to set, you can set it.
But that's not.
That boundary may not.
That's
based off of insecurity.
yes, yes.
Exactly.
But boundaries are not all based off insecurity.
I feel like
It's based off
that's
of-
exactly
it's answering
what
question.
boundaries are made from.
It's not.
That
That's
is.
exactly
It's
what
not.
boundaries
It's just
make
certain
from.
things that you don't want to allow in your relationship. It's not so much that I'm insecure about it. It's just the fact that I don't want this. I don't want to
I
experience.
don't want you
this
doing
to
this to
happen.
everybody else.
I feel-
Everything's man-made anyway.
Yeah,
We-
but I
we
feel
arguing
like
about-
I feel like if it should be a boundary, it should be an exact boundary, not something that you think will lead to the reason why you don't want somebody to do something. Meaning, if you really just don't want your man fucking other people, that has nothing to do with your man hanging out with people because they might fuck other people.
But I have a
Right.
boundary. I have a boundary that I don't want my partner to have sex with anybody else. It doesn't mean I'm insecure.
Right,
It
so
means
that
that's what I'm
shouldn't.
saying. That's what I'm
So
saying
that
about him.
I'm just saying. So that shouldn't stop. That shouldn't stop you from letting
It's not gonna
your
go any
partner
further.
have friends. Like for
Right.
instance,
It's not going
the
any
only
further.
reason we think that he shouldn't be going on the trip with the ex-wife is because we don't want him fucking the ex-wife.
Right.
But, they
But
might fuck
them
other
going
people
on
anyway.
trips have nothing to do with them fucking.
They might fuck
We
other
just
people
don't
anyway.
want them to go. We just don't want them to go on the trip because there's a possibility of them fucking.
That's the first thing we jump to.
That's the first.
Like, oh hell no!
We
We
didn't think about them being better for their son. We didn't think about them like coming together and see what they can do to be better human beings. We didn't think about nothing else. First thing we thought of, they in Paris fucking. Wow, it's the first thing we thought of because we ain't shit.
Yeah, insecurity.
No,
Because
I
we
agree.
ain't
based
shit.
off of conditioning.
Because that's the first thing me and my ex doing if we go to Paris.
It's
That's
based-
why.
it's based
That's
off-
why.
it's off the conditioning, right?
It's based off insecurity.
It's based off of conditioning. It's not so much insecurity, it's based off of conditioning. If you say, oh, they might be fucking, it's not because it has nothing to do with insecurities. It means that I know in my life, in my personal life, that I know that when people hang out with their ex, more than
Y'all
likely
been saying the
something's
same shit
involved.
for like 5 minutes. now.
Okay, we all have a perspective on it.
Yeah, but y'all keep going back.
but
Like,
can we?
I'm gonna say the
but-
same
but-
thing. You gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna say the same
like-
thing.
But we all learning from each other. That's what's
I ain't learning nothing from you Negroes.
You are. You are.
All right, next, is that it? Is that it all for the topics?
Yeah, so that's our last topic. Any final thoughts on that? No final
Nah,
thoughts?
we
Cool.
all- we all
So
beat.
now you all can call in. You have about 2 minutes to call in before we hang it all up.
We're gonna do a Jeopardy theme song or something.
If they don't, that's fine.
Oh,
What?
I wonder, can you take that sample and make it into a beat?
I could.
The Jeopardy, what's the name?
That shit.
You better call CBS.
Oh,
They
you
like
said you gonna
to-
keep
No,
it?
Better call CBS for
Nah, I'll make it beat for sure.
Damn.
Can I get this clearance?
Like a
That
dope
clearance.
ass beat, and I'll murder it.
Myrtle it.
Oh, murder it.
L's and all.
Myrtle.
Myrtle it.
Murder Urkel.
Oh boy, can
One
you
more
imagine
for it,
what's
I had a
wrong?
question. I mean, you all can throw out any question you want to throw out. Anything you want to talk about, you can throw it out. But what do y'all think about for the people that heard it, the Jay-Z and Beyonce joint album?
That 713 song is my shit.
I still ain't heard
Ape
it yet.
shit.
I'm about to listen to it on the way home, man. It just came out on Spotify.
I heard the demo that the Migos
Do
sent
you have
in,
the
And how-
premium?
and I like the Migos
Yeah.
version better.
Really? I mean, Amigos, I just don't know how you can rent the whole Louvre out. Like, how do you get access to that? Like only Jay.
I rented it
Jay-Z and
out.
Beyonce are worth $1 billion.
I get that, but still, it's like that artist
The
way
Louvre
like
is.
that. It's
You
the
ever
Louvre.
been to the Louvre?
Huh? What's the? I don't even know what the.
It's like the world's greatest museum, basically.
I mean, they were able to rent it out because they're
I-
millionaires.
I don't understand.
No.
Nah, bro, it's deeper than that. It's
They got
politics
deeper
involved.
connections.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I think it's like some Illuminati.
Like it's coming.
type
No,
shit?
yeah. Like it's coming down from the Queen. Like it's coming down from the royal family.
That
you know?
museum is, you can't just
Yeah.
foul.
Rent-
It's
yeah,
funny as
exactly.
fuck. It's hilarious.
Fill out the
You can't just
paperwork.
foul.
Why would a black man get on that level of success? It's got to be
Even if it was like Justin
Why can't he just
Timberlake.
be like, yo, I wanted to pay $50 million
Because
If it
ain't
was
no
anybody,
other rich
yeah,
motherfucker did it.
Exactly.
Maybe because he was the first to do it. He's like, I want to use this for my
It's
music
just hella
video.
exclusive,
Me and my
man.
wife worth $1 billion.
what's
My
funny?
wife
I
is
think-
Beyonce.
you know what's funny?
Maybe the
I
queen's a fan
think-
of Beyonce, like every other woman in the
I
world.
think
Prince Charles.
I think it was a set.
Huh?
I
think it was
think
the
it
same?
Might have
was
been
the
the
same.
It
same.
may have been.
Yeah.
That makes
And the
sense.
Mona Lisa looked way bigger
It did.
Real talk
in their
though.
video. The Mona Lisa is small as shit.
Real talk though. Real talk though. That
But it's
could be a
funny
set.
though. It's like none of this shit is really worth anything. The Louvre really ain't shit.
Mhm.
We just say it's shit, and we just all agreed. You see what I'm saying?
He's gonna
Y'all
be
see what the
that
fuck
guy.
I'm saying?
That's a lot
You
of-
see what I'm saying?
that's
That's
a lot
like
of-
some shit.
that
We
one-
should actually
that
we
one
put-
fucking
we
painting.
put value
Yeah.
on art. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
We
I mean, but
but
it
it only has
is.
the value that we agree upon. So the moment we all say the Mona Lisa ain't shit, the Mona Lisa ain't shit.
Only
It's our
reason,
big
only
shit.
reason,
Very
only
long
reason
ago.
shit
Who cares?
because of the rarity of it.
Yeah.
It can't be replicated. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's what brings the value in the art. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
fuck
Like
the Mona Lisa.
the
fuck
story
Louvre,
behind
fuck
it.
all that
You know,
bullshit.
Because the thing is,
you know what I'm
they've
saying? Like,
had,
you didn't even
they've
person
had-
talk about make art great again.
they've
You know what I'm saying?
had
You gotta
mo-
appreciate
they-
great
But
art.
who the
Yeah.
fuck says that the Mona Lisa is any good?
I mean, shit.
they've
it was just-
had
it was just
movies
innovative at that time.
where
It was like one of
people
those
were trying to
movies
steal
that-
the Mona Lisa. They've had movies where people have tried to steal the Mona Lisa. So like were those
Nigga, I
sets
see
or
paintings
was
every day.
Those
that
definitely
are better than
sets.
the Mona
well
Lisa.
that may Beyonce then was probably in the
Definitely
set.
said,
I just don't see
You know what?
nobody.
You know, I think about it. Could have been the whole set.
I just don't see
Because the
nobody.
Louvre is just too exclusive.
Yeah, and
man.
the security there just
Yeah, it's just
rude.
But
like
it just
you, I would
probably
never
wants to
let
believe
30
that Jay-Z
dancers and a whole
Beyonce
production
just-
crew in here. I just wouldn't do it. I'm just like, I just would not let
with a whole bunch of niggas.
Yeah.
And you know,
Like,
And you got stylists.
They
coming
hate
with
us
them,
in
everybody.
Paris.
So
yeah, more likely.
What did you say?
Around
Niggas in
doing
Paris?
ain't shit.
I gotta go listen to it though.
but yeah, I like the Migos version of Ape Shit better than
I could believe
Beyonce.
that.
I haven't heard the Migos. I haven't even heard the rap.
Another thing.
I haven't heard
Another thing
that.
before we go. I love how Chadwick Boseman gave his hero award.
James Charles Jr.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Anybody listen to Nas
James
album?
Shaw, the guy who stopped the gunman
In Antioch,
in the
Tennessee.
Waffle House. Like he won best hero for
that was
for Black Panther. And when he got the award, he said, "I'm gonna give it to a real hero." He brought James.
Had
Shaw.
no
Honestly,
clue.
he didn't care about his
Yeah, he
MTV
had no
award.
clue.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That was an Oscar?
Yeah, James.
That's really what it was.
It's
I mean, it was the symbolism
It's-
behind it. Yeah,
exactly. That's what we need to be doing.
But you
in
wouldn't do
our
it with an
community.
Nah,
Because
or Gold Globe.
Go.
I ain't
the
giving it
White
to a
House-
SAG
listen,
award. Like,
The White House has still.
BET Award, keeping that motherfucker.
The White House.
Yeah,
has
I
still-
love BET
the White House has
award.
still have not
Recognized
recognized
him,
James
no.
Shaw. So
Yeah,
it was
fuck
great
up.
that in all honesty, I know
Saved
he
all
don't,
lives.
he don't care,
Saved 30
and I
people.
just think it's good that we recognize him for
Real
that.
hero.
Amen.
Has anybody listened to Nas album?
No.
No,
Because it came out with
because
Beyonce.
It's like Nas. Oh,
Nas picked
that's
him wrong.
Beyonce.
Did you see that?
You gotta
I
call
think I know what
I
you're
put up a
talking
video.
Hi, it's Ricardo Dalton Butler. I'm calling in to see you guys' show.
How you doing?
What's up? What's up, brother?
Doing well. How are you?
We're great. What's your question?
I don't have a question. I just have a comment. I just want to congratulate you guys. Give you guys good vibes on the show. And I love listening to you guys on my Tuesday. It's absolutely amazing.
Are you going to share our video to all the followers you
Yeah,
have?
that's hard. That's hard.
Excuse me?
Hard.
Are you going to share
Hard.
our video to all the followers you have?
I am.
Hard.
Now, since I have you on the phone, I have a question for you, Ricardo. I have a question for you.
Oh,
Now, Ricardo is a black Trump supporter,
okay.
and Ricardo wrote this post on social media.
Oh, yeah.
And opinionated blog page.
I don't.
I don't. He wrote this post in the opinionated blog page, and what he wrote in the page was basically saying, maybe the condition that these kids are coming from is better. No, what did you say, Ricardo? What did you say? I want you to say it.
I said maybe the condition these children are coming from, the conditions they're being stored in or housed in, are better than the conditions they came from. Has anybody thought about that?
Is he gay?
The kids on the
That has
border?
nothing to do with it.
No, it doesn't.
No, I think
It's not
anytime you're stripping a child away from their parent, that cannot be a better condition than anything. You're by yourself with a bunch of strangers. And you're 8 months, you're a year, you're 2, you're 4.
But
You don't
their
know
parents
these
are criminals. Period.
people. All their parents are criminals?
Yes, because all their parents.
So nobody's
all-
seeking asylum?
All
We
their
went over there and let
parents.
him get
All their
that.
parents
get that.
came over
Okay.
here
They're
illegally.
criminals
That's a
according to
criminal.
How your parents get here? How your grandparents get here?
Hold
How
on,
your
hold
grandparents
on.
get
Go
here?
ahead.
I'm a legal citizen.
Go ahead. What you
Goddamn
say,
it.
Ricardo?
I don't give a fuck how anybody else got here.
Hold on, hold on.
Let you hear it from Ricardo.
But the issue is when you say that the government is stripping parents away from their children, the thing about that whole stripping thing is that the kids will not be stripped away from their parents.
Look at Pierre.
Right.
You know that's wrong.
I want to know
Yeah.
if he's gay or not.
No.
If you a gay,
Hold on,
sir,
'cause I want to hear him. I want to hear him.
Okay.
I didn't hear
Yeah,
him.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, repeat that one more time.
I think that what most don't know and what news media is not pushing is that the children are housed in these places and separated from their families are children of immigrants who are crossing the border through the Rio and through the mountains. These are not people who are seeking asylum at the border for entry. These are people.
No, that's no.
That is true.
No.
That is
Okay,
true,
so
and this is what I was trying to tell y'all earlier.
First of all,
that is true.
my point real quick.
Y'all keep listening to this fake news, and y'all
Okay,
do
now
what
you're on that.
y'all always
All right,
do.
so this administration has closed certain ports at the border,
Yep.
and where people come to seek asylum, they say, "Oh no, that's on the other
yeah.
side."
Yes.
And so you shut down all these ports of entry and say, "No, you can only go through this one port. This is where you seek asylum." And it's like, well, I came already this way. I don't know how to get all the way over there.
Well, you got
so what
to.
you gonna do?
You gonna sneak across illegally, and your kids gonna get took.
So
That's what you gonna
that
do.
makes it right though.
That's what you gonna
But
do.
the fact that I'm trying
That's
to
what-
seek safe haven.
But Cam,
So-
there are so
So
much.
how do you expect me to get
Here's
to
my
this
thing.
end? How do you expect me to
Here's
get
my
all the way
thing.
there?
Here's the thing with law.
I don't have the
If you try to
resources.
let that
I'm
law,
trying to get
if
here.
you try to let that law slide, it's gonna be so much other shit that people gonna be like, "Oh, I know you said we got to do this, but I came all the
So
way
Pierre,
over
can
here."
you tell
so
me
I'm
how
gonna
illegal
do
immigration
this."
has affected you in the last
I'm
28 years?
gonna say this and only this.
Oh, I can't.
Okay, please tell me
I
how
can't
immigration
because
has affected you in the
the
last
United
28
States of America is in so much debt. However, we spend $14 billion a year on illegal fucking immigrants.
What about military spending? I'm sorry, how much we spend on that?
I love being in a country that ain't got to worry about motherfuckers
Who's
coming up here
attacking
blowing,
us?
blowing.
Who?
Ain't nobody
Who?
because we spending millions of dollars on our military, so ain't a soul.
But you
gonna
can't
attack
feed
us.
the poor though.
But the minute,
But you want to cut welfare. You want to cut Social Security.
Get a cheaper military and see what happens. Get a cheaper military
Europe has
and
a
see
cheaper
what happens.
military.
Get a cheaper military and see what the fuck happens.
Australia has a cheaper military.
But we are the motherfucking most powerful nation of them all.
If we invest more
And-
money in education, we'll somehow.
I don't want a cheaper. We don't need to take $1 from the military. I
Oh
love.
my God! We spend so much in the military because we in everybody's business.
Oh,
thank you.
We in everybody's
Why are we
business.
international?
Bases in Japan.
Y'all say this. Y'all say this, but at the same time.
Bro, can't nobody hear y'all because y'all are yelling.
Y'all say this,
Bring
but at
that
the same
shit down.
time, y'all want illegal immigrants over here. I don't get it. Make
They
up
been
y'all
coming.
mad.
What are you
Make
talking
up
about?
y'all mad.
They come from Canada
Make up
all the
y'all
time.
mad. We always in people business. That's why we arguing about illegal immigrants now.
Man,
Because
That ain't
America's up here
affected
talking about some.
That ain't
It
affected
is.
nobody. I lived in Houston, Texas.
When
So
the
let me
last
tell
time
you,
you been
illegal
to-
immigration
when the
ain't
last
going
time
off
you been-
nothing in that economy.
when the
That
last-
economy's boom. The whole state of Texas is booming.
When the last
right
time?
now,
business is booming.
When the last time y'all? When the last time y'all been to California DMV? When the last time y'all been to California DMV?
I just want to say I care more about
well.
human beings than fucking money.
Thank
these
you.
fake ass boundaries, these fake ass laws, these fake ass rules. I care more about human
BS.
beings.
I do too.
Especially
However.
No, you don't.
I do.
It was a
I do,
situation
Michael.
where I-
But I care about us as American first.
A guy
I'm not
was
worried
What the
about
fuck is an American though? This is all
us.
bullshit.
Us.
Ain't no
because
Ain't no
This is land.
y'all
This is just land.
because
Ain't
y'all
no
don't know
fucking
it ain't gonna do
boundaries.
nothing
Ain't
but
no
cause
states.
more
Ain't
fucking
no countries.
problems.
What's all
Because-
are the immigrants causing problems? Thank you.
It's all-
White people committing all these mass murders. We ain't kicking
But
that
that's just
out.
like black on black crime. I'm not worried about Americans
There's
doing
no
shit
such
to
thing as
America.
America. It's bullshit.
I'm not worried
There are
about
no-
Americans
there's no
doing
such
things
thing
to
as
Americans.
boundaries,
I'm
bro.
worried about
We
other people
draw
doing
these
things to
boundaries.
Americans.
We drew these fucking lines in the dirt. You nigga, you ain't never seen a boundary. in
So
your
y'all
life.
basically just here's the thing.
This is all
If we
bullshit.
let shit slide, we no longer need a border.
I care.
This shit been
Ain't no
slide.
such thing as a boundary.
What do
Very
we
extreme
need?
points
We
of
no
view.
longer need a
I mean,
border.
California, Mexico.
I don't know if I
That's
agree
what
either
you're
way.
saying.
We'll no longer need a
I get what you're
border
saying.
because we're basically
Yeah.
saying our laws do
we
not
have no
matter.
boundaries,
Let
there's no
everybody in. Let every.
We're
If you let
everybody
one
in.
in, you're gonna have to let two
not
in.
letting
If you let two
everybody
in,
in.
you're gonna have to let three in. If you let three in, you're gonna have to let everybody in. They need to come here legally.
these
There's
are-
nothing wrong
these
with
are
coming
both
here
If you
legally.
don't have clean drinking water, if you don't have a fucking ceiling
Exactly,
over your head,
exactly.
If you don't, if you're in a
And
situation,
there
so
are
fucked
issues
up
in
that
America
you have
that
walk
need to be
barefoot
fixed. war.
us your
Why we study
war.
trying to bring people in here and Flint ain't got
That's what the
fucking water?
Constitution says we should do.
Flint
It's
ain't
what
got
the
fucking
country
water.
says we should do.
We can be spending all this.
Our country is founded on that.
We can stop
Our country
funding
was-
all these
what is
fucking
it,
illegal
letting
immigrants
in
and
people.
Bring us-
fix
hold on,
black people.
retired,
Black people
hungry,
always
and all that
complaining
shit.
about stuff, but
What
what?
makes you think
America
what
was
makes you
made
think
for
if-
immigrants
If
and by
nobody was
immigrants.
coming
Made
into
by
America,
immigrants.
if
Exactly.
nobody
It's not
was
about
coming to-
nobody
hold
coming.
on,
I don't
hold
want y'all to
on,
think
you
I don't
don't-
want
you don't
people
know what
over
point I'm
here.
about
I
to make.
just
You don't know
believe
what
in
point I'm
laws.
about to make. You
I
don't know
believe
what
in
point I'm about
laws.
to make. What
If
makes
I
you-
got to obey them, everybody else do. I can't go in no country illegally. I can't.
Okay.
So I'm not finna say you
What
should.
makes
You should
you
be
think-
able to do. I'm not.
What makes
When I
you
can't
think-
do it nowhere.
What makes
Your
you
grand
think-
if you had a grandparent, if you had, if you, our people in Africa
both
can't get
have
over
very
here
extreme
illegally.
But you get to Canada,
Our
you seek
people,
asylum.
our people,
If you go
our
to Canada,
people-
you can seek
our
asylum in
people in
Canada.
Africa. How many African
That's
friends?
my question to Pierre.
I-
What do you think about the people that seeking asylum? How should, in your mind,
I think
how
it's
should
a
that
it's
go?
a process that's been working.
How should that go?
It's a process
How
that's
are you
been
closing
working.
down
working
ports
with
of
the
entry?
kids
But
and terminate
but a
that.
port of entry is y'all still acting like he's saying you can't come over here when that's not the case.
So if you
The
telling me
thing-
that this line right here,
And
if
you
I
have-
got 4 lines,
Cam, you know how many times we go to Walmart and they say this line is closed? If you want to check out, nigga,
if
you
you about to
other
die, you
line.
need to open more lines.
No,
Guys,
no.
all right, we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it. All right, we're gonna
No.
cut it.
Nigga,
We're gonna
I'm
cut it.
done with
Everybody
this
has
episode.
very
Please.
strong viewpoints.
I'm
Like,
100%
everybody's
done
very
with this.
Let's close it out. Let's close it out.
We're gonna
Right.
close on this one.
I'm
We're
done
gonna
with it.
close.
Thank you, guys,
We're gonna
for
agree to
tuning in to
disagree.
episode
Everybody fucking up.
Post show.
Opinionated.
Everybody's fucking up.
Opinionated.
America's fucking up. All right,
Opinionated.
got everybody
Opinionated.
tearing at each other's necks, killing rappers. I don't like it.
Thank
gotta
you
go
guys
to
for
the
tuning
post
in. Catch us next week if everybody comes back. I'm Louis Jones.
I'm Mark Hayes.
You know what my name is. I'll say it every fucking episode.
It's on the bottom.
Anyway, goodbye.
Catch us at the post show.
Oh my God, I gotta go. She's got my soul. Just gotta make it home to my lady. Just gotta make it home to my lady. Oh my God, I gotta go. She's got my soul. Just gotta make it home to my lady. And the devil keep on testing me, oh my. But the Lord just keep on blessing me, alright. I tell her no, I got control. Waiting at home is my lady, with the burgundy Mercedes. You know I'm tryna hit it daily. She say treat me like a lady.